Stadium, midway between Boston and Providence. Every seat filled tonight on a splendid final Sunday in October. It's the second meeting of the season between these longtime AFC Eastern Division rivals, the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. Here, the way the standings are at the current moment. Buffalo with a half-game lead over Indianapolis. New England at 4-3. Miami and the Jets follow. And good evening, everybody. I'm Vern Lundquist, and welcome to Foxborough. Things over the weekend unraveled perfectly as far as the Patriots and the Bills are concerned. First, the Yankees won, so there's no Game 7. And then this afternoon, the Colts lost, as did the Dolphins. And for the first time since the end of the '94 season, the Patriots are fighting for a piece of first place in the Eastern Division. I'm joined, as always, by Pat Hayden. Pat, they come in armed with a quarterback who, after an off-season last year, seems to have found himself midway through this season.
You know, Drew Bledsoe has played well this year, and particularly well the last 5 games where their offense has averaged 30 points per game, and they've been very good inside the 20-yard line. But, you know, his first 3 years, Drew Bledsoe had some problems throwing interceptions. He threw more interceptions than touchdowns. That's a key statistic for quarterbacks in the league. This year, he has been phenomenal. Only thrown 4 interceptions, 11 touchdowns, and again, they've been very good inside the 20, Vernon. I think, you know, this team is not nearly as dependent upon Drew Bledsoe as they once were. They have a lot of weapons. They've got some old ones, and they've got some new ones. And when you think about old ones, you always start with Ben Coates. 32 receptions, 4 touchdowns. Martin is played very well inside the 20. Glenn, their #1 draft pick, leads all rookie receivers. And Jefferson comes over from San Diego. These are guys that can score from all parts of the field in a very dynamic offense the last 5 games.
Over the last decade, you think of Buffalo, you think of offense. K-Gun, no huddle, Jim Kelly. Not the case in 1996.
Yeah, this is a much different Buffalo team, both offensively, and the defense has played very well this year. Look what this defense has done. They rank #1 in rushing average, yards per play, pass percentage, passing yards, points allowed. They rank 10th. This is a great front 7 in particular, Vern. They have 2 dominant players in Bryce Pop and Bruce Smith, and a very, very strong front 7.
But that does, Pat, bring us back to the offensive side of the ball and the continuing problems, really, of Jim Kelly.
Well, Jim Kelly has struggled with his play, and believe it or not, Jim Kelly has struggled with his confidence this year. Almost a non sequitur when you're talking about Jim Kelly. And you look at him over the years, he's always been able to throw more touchdowns than interceptions, a hallmark, almost 1.5 to 1 ratio. But this year he has struggled mightily, particularly inside the 20. Only thrown 2 touchdown passes, 11 interceptions, has not thrown a touchdown the last 3 starts. There's still some great players on this team and good coaching, but it always starts with Jim Kelly.
Well, there's the coach, 15th season in the National Football League. Second among the active coaches behind Dan Reeves. Of course, many of those years spent in Kansas City. And Bill Parcells, in his 12th National Football League season, 4th among active coaches. These 2 teams meeting for the 74th time. 37 wins for one, 35 for the other, 1 tie, and in all those years, only 10 points separate the 2. Christie will kick off. And is taken short down near the 25-yard line after the 28-yard line finally. Mike Gisler, number 67, picked up the short kick. And now Drew Bledsoe, 11 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions thus far this season. And playing with a renewed level of confidence. He had that brilliant season in 1994, fell off considerably last year.
Well, Drew Bledsoe and Jim Kelly, perhaps on opposite ends of their career, I mean, one of those pass-the-torch types of games, but he has played particularly well the last 5 ball games.
From the 26, first down. Hand off to Curtis Martin, who bursts through right guard and gets out near the 30-yard line. Curtis Martin, of course, 1,400-plus yards a year ago. Sean Jefferson from San Diego, Terry Glenn, the #1 draft pick at the other wideout, and Ben Coates, the all-pro at tight end, and Sam Gash, a sometimes underrated fullback. And the offensive line anchored on the left side by Bruce Armstrong, who will battle all night against Bruce Smith. 2nd and 6. And a whistle dead ball foul, so bring this one back. That usually indicates an offensive problem. Dick Hantak is a referee.
Offense, prior to the snap, number 87, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Ben Coates, that'll cost him 5. Defensively for the Buffalo team, Hanson, Washington, Bruce Smith. The linebackers are Pop and Rogers, Sam Rogers, Spielman and Maddox, and a change in the secondary. Stevens and Schultz, Thomas Smith, Jeff Burris at the corner. Second down and 11. Play action. Bledsoe has it with protection. Over the middle, caught. Tight end Ben Coates, close for first down yardage at the 37-yard line.
Hey, Vern, Ben Coates is a walking or running or trotting, whatever he is, mismatch. I mean, I think he and Shannon Sharp create more mismatches by physical size than any tight ends in the National Football League or any players in the National Football League. Too fast for linebackers and too big for safeties.
That was a gain of 12 and a first down, and the newest tight end, Keith Byers, checks in. Bledsoe hit as he lets it go. It's an incomplete pass.
When it was trying to get Keith Byers, who was one-on-one with the linebacker, Mark Maddox.
Bryce Pop with the pressure. Here's Byers, waved by New England and angry at Jimmy Johnson, by Miami, and signed because Bill Parcells said he respected him so much after his play with Philadelphia against the New York Giants. Second down and 10. Gash back in, Byers on the bench. Oh, Byers still in. Here's the toss. Martin coming right. And down at the 40-yard line. That will bring up third down. Sam Rogers with the tackle.
Now, we talked about this Buffalo defense. They play real good, solid, and stuffy on the run on the early downs. And then we get you in these situations, these 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 7 kind of situations. You've got two dominant pass rushers, the number 78 Bruce Smith and 95 Bryce Pop.
3rd and 7. Hassan Graham comes in as the third wideout. Bledsoe gets a good block from Dave Meggett. And on a crossing pattern, here's Sean Jefferson. What a block by Meggett, though.
Yeah, you're right. Dave Meggett, in spite of his size, has always been a very good blitz blocker. I mean, they bring him in for third downs. One of the strategies is to blitz him to force him to stay in. And he picks up Marlo Perry. Without that block, Drew Bledsoe doesn't have a chance to get the ball to number 84, Sean Jefferson. 22-yard gain. Jefferson wasn't able to play in the first game because of a concussion. But this is a guy, Sean Jefferson, had a big year with San Diego last year and has tremendous speed.
Byers back in. Byers in motion. Gash leads away from Martin at right guard again. Tried to get the block of Todd Rucci and Max Lane on the right side, and they pick up a couple to the 37-yard line, and Ted Washington, who has been an anchor at nose tackle for Buffalo, makes that stop.
Yeah, he is anchor and boat and the whole rest of the ship. A rather large man at 325 pounds, Ted Washington. He had dominating nose guard, former #1 draft pick of San Francisco, then went on to Denver, but really played exceptionally well last year and continues his good run stopping.
2nd and 9, opening drive of the ball game. Back split, quick flip, caught. Close for first down yardage at the 28-yard line by Ben Coates.
Now, one of the things that Drew Bledsoe gets accused of is, locking in on number 87, Ben Coates. But, when you have a mismatch and you have a guy like him, you don't blame him for looking like Ben Coates. And we were talking to Marv Levy last night and said we have at least three different ways we're going to try to play against Ben Coates tonight. 3 different strategies to try to slow him down.
Third and 1. Coates was held to 1 catch last week for 7 yards. He's got a couple already. Martin, with Gash's blocking help, gets close for the first down inside the 28-yard line. We'll see.
I think he got a good mark.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, but when you play for Bill Parcells and you're the running back, you had better be able to run the ball straight ahead with some toughness. And Curtis Martin can do that.
Curtis Martin in his 2nd season. Brilliant a year ago, Rookie of the Year, 1,487 yards on the ground as a 3rd-round draft pick.
Yeah, Vern, I don't think the 1,000-yard mark is so significant anymore. That's 62 yards a game. But when you get to 1,300 yards, in his case, almost 1,500 yards, that is a sensational season.
Now the stretch.
wonder whose football this is. I think it's the Patriots ball, as you can see the pats on the ball. Well, Bill Parcells likes to go for it on 4th downs, but watch 33 Sam Gash, the lead block. When you're a good inside short running team, a short yardage team, your fullbacks have to block well. And for the 18th time this year, Bill Parcells will go for it on 4th down.
In his coaching career, he has gone for more 4th downs for 1st downs than any other coach in the league. 4th and 1. Perry, number 58, and I believe he stiffed him.
That was great short yardage defense. Yeah, the Patriot defense is running out. When you play against Parcells, you better play good short yardage defense, because you're going to have more short yardage plays against his teams than anybody else, because they go for it on 4th down so much, and there was tremendous penetration inside. Pop number 95. In 58, Marlo Perry just fights off a couple of blocks. Spielman gets in there and gets a piece of it as well. And that is a terrific defensive series for the Bills.
The NFL on TNT is brought to you by the new Coors Light Wide Mouth Can. Tap the Rockies with a smoother pour. By BMW and the BMW 5 Series. Now more than ever, the ultimate driving machine. By Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar. Stop in for riblets and fingers combos for a limited time. By Fruit of the Loom, makers of really, really comfortable clothes. And by Pep Boys, everything but gas.
Light, the silver bullet. It's shipped cold to tap the clean taste of the Rockies. Tap the Rockies, Coors Light.
Ever since time began, the world has gone 2 by 2. The perfect combo. Applebee's tender, juicy riblets and crispy golden chicken fingers in 3 flavors. Classic original, ranch, and fire fingers. Together right now on platters and baskets, any way you want them. Applebee's riblets and chicken fingers. Some things were just meant to be together.
America's favorite flavor, Applebee's.
Terrific short yardage defense by the Bill linebacker Spielman, and Perry's going to come in here. He'll come into your picture in a moment. Perry, number 58, gets him low, and then Spielman goes high, and that stopped all the momentum of Curtis Martin, and they force the ball right back over Jim Kelly's hands. That is really good defense.
Look at the graphic on Jim Kelly. 2 touchdowns, none in the last 3 games, 11 interceptions. Tony Klein in motion. The handoff to Thurman Thomas, who squirts through and has a big hole all the way out to the 44-yard line. Lawyer Malloy, number 36, after Jimmy Hitchcock, 31, missed the tackle.
Some suggest Thurman Thomas is running out of steam, but Vern, this team would not be 5-2 without this gentleman. And he still has to be their workhorse and focal point. I think more particularly as a pass receiver than a runner.
Lonnie Johnson split wide right. Kelly, draw play. Hands it off to Thomas, who comes left. Has a block from Ostrowski, number 60, to help get him across the 45 near midfield. Tackle made by Jimmy Hitchcock. Offensively, Quinn Early and Andre Reed at the wideouts. Klein, the tight end, along with Johnson. This is how they open. Thurman Thomas in the backfield. And the offensive line, Fina and Parker at the tackles. Kent Hull, Reuben Brown, Jerry Ostrowski complete that group. 2nd down and 5 at the 49. Draw play, Thomas in trouble, down at the 45. Mark Wheeler, number 97, made the tackle. Big play defensively for this group. McGinnis and Jones at the ends, Sangapulatelli and Wheeler at the tackles. Ted Johnson anchors the middle. Chris Slade with a big season thus far. And here's a switch. Take a look at the strong safety. Lawyer Malloy, the rookie, getting his first start at strong safety tonight. He started at free safety last week. This is all brought about because Ricky Reynolds is missing his 3rd straight game at cornerback. 3rd and 9. Kelly with pressure. Kelly, it's incomplete. Hit the ground at the 45. It'll be 4th down.
Okay, that's what the Patriots have not been getting enough of. That's Al Groh, the defensive coordinator, and that is pressure on the quarterback. Sometimes you don't have to get the sack. You just get in the quarterback's face. That's McGinnis, number 55, just pushing right through Glenn Parker. And Jones, number 96, was there. Chris Slade was there as well. It's nearly as good as a sack.
Chris Moore on to punt for the first time. The ever dangerous one, David Meggett, waits at the 10. Low snap. Moore's punt. Meggett.
Good fake. Going to the end zone.
Yes, it was.
A heck of a fake. And he faked over there by the sideline. The ball was right down the middle of the field. I like that, Dave. Nice subtle play.
Little Hamlet.
Yeah, I like that.
Or, at the very least, somebody else.
Yeah,
I'm stuck.
I'm
not going to help you.
Movies for guys who like movies. Thursday. Danny Glover, Predator 2. You want them? We got them. Movies for guys who like movies. 8:05 Eastern, Thursday night, only on TBS.
When my grandfather surfed, narrow boards ruled. Eventually, Gramps had a stroke of genius. A wider board for better control. He said, wider is better.
Introducing the new Wide Track Grand Prix. Its wheels are set wide to hold the road. For more control when you're shooting the curves.
It's true.
The new Wide Track Grand Prix from Pontiac.
See your Pontiac dealers of Western New York.
At Carnival of Venice, beneath every mask is an unexpected surprise. In that tradition, the Olive Garden has created new stuffed chicken parmigiana, just $8.95. Beneath what looks to be classic chicken parmigiana is more. A surprise of luscious Italian cheeses stuffed into a half-pound chicken breast with our special pasta carnivale. Plus all the salad and fresh breadsticks you'd like, all just $8.95. New stuffed chicken parmigiana, especially for Carnival. At the Olive Garden. Come, enjoy, eat Italian.
Facts about Fran Boredom, the Albany politician running a negative campaign against Jack Quinn. Fact, while raising his own pay 75%, Boredom increased your taxes $12.5 billion. Fact, a press investigation uncovered Boredom as one of Albany's top 10 spenders for taxpayer-funded travel. Fact, it was Boredom who voted to rip off employee pensions. The Buffalo News called it unsavory. Our highest court ruled it illegal. Boredom, a tax and spend politician working families can't afford.
Now, how long do you think this trio has been here?
I think they're worried about the universe expanding. No, is the answer.
Absolutely not. First down play. Here's Curtis Martin out to the 22-yard line after the touchback by the Buffalo Bills. Second offensive set now for Drew Bledsoe and the New England Patriots, a New England team that started this season with back-to-back defeats, the most bitter of which was at Buffalo. They lost by 7 points. 17-10, and had a first down with no timeouts after 2. It all ended on a draw play. Dave Meggett stopped.
Yeah, and I think it was the low point for Drew Bledsoe for this season as well. But since that point, this has been a different team, particularly offensively.
2nd and 6 after the 4-yard gain. Play action. Bledsoe rolls right, looks for Byers. And he settles for Byers, who makes the grab and out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 1 and brings up a 3rd and 5.
You probably heard that collision. And anytime you hear something like that, it's generally Bryce Popp or Chris Spielman in the area. And in that time, it was Bryce Popp. This is a guy, you must admire Bryce Popp, even if you're not a fan of the Bills, because he's got incredible skills, and he uses all of them. I mean, there is nothing wasted in the way this guy plays.
David Meggett comes in on 3rd down, as he is wont to do. Hassan Graham also on the lineup. Draw play. Meggett dances right, trips, and falls.
Well, he didn't make it in the first game on 3rd and goal, and he didn't make it there on 3rd and 4.
Bryce Popp, again, part of the defensive effort for the Buffalo Bills as we near the midway point. And here's Tom Tupa on to punt. Jeff Burris goes back to the 25-yard line. Dave Meggett is the up back. He is in residence about 3 yards behind the center. Return is on all the way. Dupa, nice high punt. Burris at the 26. Flag is down. This one will go in favor of New England. David Meggett downfield to make the tackle.
Now, both these teams have played great special teams this year. I mean, they had their moments offensively and defensively, but Bruce DeHaven for the Bills has done a great job with special teams, and Mike Sweppen for the Patriots. They have had some dramatic plays on special teams this year.
Now, this one will go against Buffalo. Here's Dick Hantak to identify.
Holding on the return. Number 94, 10-yard penalty. First down.
That's Mark Pike, who is a star on the special teams for the Buffalo Bills. This time he got caught. 47-yard punt, 8 on the return.
Che bella cosa la dolce vita, volare a noche caliente en su esplendor suave.
God bless America. 100% cotton, cut for comfort, Fruit of the Loom. Really, really comfortable underwear.
Today I set out to fix my car.
Thanks, neighbor.
Whatever. I had to stop at 4 different places.
Push.
Push. Good thing I live in a friendly town.
Push.
One of us pushes, the other one pops the clutch.
Come on, push, push. I am pushing.
Finally, I went to Pep Boys.
Hey, everybody, I fixed it.
I love this town.
Car or truck, Pep Boys has your starter or alternator. 26,000 items at the guaranteed low price, tires and service too. Pep Boys, everything but gas.
His name is Bryant Reeves. People call him Big Country.
I'm big and I'm country.
While other players are cutting to the basket, Big Country is getting cut.
Twice a week.
Coaches love his drop step. His teammates love his heart. The kids love his hair.
Aerodynamics, man. It's all in the aerodynamics.
See the NBA's best every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday night on TNT and TBS. Don't miss a game.
Spectacular final Sunday in October, but clouds are rolling in tonight. We've had a harvest moon, a full moon, which has been blotted out by some of the clouds. And we have a battle for the 74th time between New England and Buffalo. And it's a battle for a share of first place. Bruce Armstrong gets to rest before he renews his fight with Bruce Smith. First down, Jim Kelly. Thomas the setback. Kelly comes left, and it's caught by Andre Reed. Slips a tackle and moves all the way out to the 39-yard line.
Andre Reed has great vision, great awareness, and that makes him bottom right down here. And I think it makes him very good, in particular after the catch. I mean, there are a lot of guys that play well on the perimeter of the defense, and he did right there. But Andre Reed, I think what sets him apart is how good he plays in the middle of the field. He is exceptionally good there.
Gain of 17. Backs in the eye, play action. Kelly, good protection. Man open. It's Lonnie Johnson who makes the grab across the 50 for another first down at the 48-yard line. Chris Slade, number 53, with the tackle. And take a look at the Nicotrol scoreboard. Denver rolls over Kansas City, and they go to 7-1. Washington, how about the Redskins?
Well, they rushed for 208 yards today.
First and 10. Thurman Thomas, this time he is hit and driven back after about a 2-foot gain.
If it seems like a much more methodical pace for this Buffalo Bill offense tonight, indeed it is, and it is by design. I mean, they, for years and years, they put fear in defenses around the National Football League with that explosive no-huddle offense that, you know, kind of came in like a cold front. But now they're just, they put more fear in people's hearts on defense now. but they're really slowing the pace down.
Steve Tasker, who has missed every game since the opener, is on the field now, number 89. And he's got the inside reverse with not much blocking help, and Ted Johnson, 52, is there to make the tackle. So Tasker, who went out of the first game with a severely sprained foot.
Yeah, on a play just like that.
Right.
It was on a run.
Go back to the season opener on a Sunday night, Buffalo against the New York Giants, Matt.
Yeah, it was just a little inside run. They were trying to use him all night or early in that game as a runner, as they wanted to do this year. And that left foot has been bothering him since then. And first time back, and Jim Kelly is excited about having Steve Tasker back, to say the least.
3rd and 9, Kelly back. Deep left side. Incomplete. Pretty good pressure. Mike Jones, Chris Slade, both there.
So yeah, since they have put, the Patriots have put Chris Slade back at the right defensive end and rushing the passer, and he didn't early in this year, it's made a big difference in the pressure that he's put on the quarterback. Did it last week in their last game. He's doing it tonight. He's much more comfortable as the right defensive end and the left defensive end in the pass rushing scheme.
And Willie McGinnis has gone to the left defensive end. He has been converted this year from his linebacker spot to a defensive end spot. He likes it better. Here's the high punt from Chris Moore. This one goes into the end zone. That will be, I believe.
No, I haven't seen the signal yet.
Nope. Is it a good?
I think it's down. And you know what? Dave Meggett almost faked the guys out again. Yeah, there's the signal. Dave Meggett nearly faked those guys out again.
Did you see Chris Moore had come all the way down after having kicked the ball, and he's arguing with the official. Oh.
Yeah, the official says touchback.
Well, it's time to revive that old feature we used to see all the time called You Be the Judge.
Sad, isn't it? Finding out you paid too much for your stereo. Circuit City, you can't find a lower price. We guarantee it.
Their goals are as basic as a first home, an education, a secure retirement. Yet they own over half of all the stock in America. They are individual investors, and for them nothing is more valuable than information. Today, NASDAQ is delivering news about companies, performance tracking, even timely stock quotes, instantly. So if you're an investor who seeks vital information, you now know where to find it.
How to achieve success.
For me, it's the details. In golf, that means taking it one stroke at a time. And at Jiffy Lube, we do it one car at a time. And we offer the quality of Pennzoil. So even though we've serviced almost 100 million cars, the one that matters most is the one we're working on now.
Jiffy Lube, America's favorite oil change.
Let's go back to that punt a moment ago. Marlo Perry, number 58, watch his knees as he's trying to get this ball out of the end zone. And I think his knees are up. He throws the ball back in the field of play, and it did not touch the end zone line. That should have been a down ball there inside the 1-yard line. Get another look here. Hustling play by Perry. Yeah, see, it didn't touch the line. So Perry made a good 4th down play a moment ago, and what should have been a good special teams play.
Bledsoe on 1st down. Finds Keith Byers, the tight end, out to the 33-yard line.
And you get the feeling that the Patriots want to use this 2 tight ends with Keith Byers and Ben Coates, a little bit like Green Bay is using their 2 tight ends. And then once you get Byers going, boy, it opens it up for your wide receivers. And you got a very good runner in Curtis Martin.
That was a gain of 13 for Byers from Bledsoe. Fake the draw. Bledsoe with pressure. Has the man wide open. That one's caught by Terry Glenn, number 88. in front of Thomas Smith, number 28.
Well, not only is Terry Glenn, with his 34th catch, the leading rookie receiver in the National Football League, he has become Drew Bledsoe's favorite perimeter guy up at the top. Perfect timing by Bledsoe and Glenn. And say he has adjusted well to the game, playing against Thomas Smith, who's a very, very good man-to-man coverage guy.
Gain of 24, final 3 minutes first quarter. Bledsoe 6 of 7 thus far. And he'll throw it again, deep right side. Sean Jefferson has it. Out of bounds at the 1.5.
I'll tell you, Drew Bledsoe is on tonight, and he is dealing with a lot of players, and I believe as a 33-yard pass completion, they have not thrown the ball deep much this year. Wade Phillips, the defensive coordinator, said to us this week, you know, they're completing a lot of balls, but not a lot of deep balls. So the Patriots change it up here. Sean Jefferson, as we mentioned, didn't play in the first game. This guy has great down-the-field speed. Well-thrown ball again, and on time by Bledsoe. Even though it was well defended, perfect reception, 33 yards.
And this sets it up probably for Curtis Martin. 6 touchdowns at the ground already this season.
Clock went out.
And they did not take care of business. Delay of game. Oh, wow.
And Bill's just a pinch upset. But this is a team that's been pretty good inside the 20.
Offense, 5 yards, still first down.
You know, they have a lot of weapons. We'll see what happened the first 2 games inside the 20. They were 0 for 5 trips, and they went 0-2. Last 5 games, they have been great. This is touchdowns we're talking about, 13 of 24 tries, and have a lot of weapons down here. You have Coates, you have Terry Glenn, you have Curtis Martin, who scored 8 times.
First and goal from the 7. Martin gets some of it back. He's down inside the 4 at the 3-yard line.
Well, Vern, watching Curtis Martin, I was telling you this week, reminds me a lot of watching Marcus Allen. The way he moves his body in small places in particular. He kind of bobs and weaves, never seems to take a big direct hit. I mean, the full body control kind of back.
Bill's got a kind of pained expression. He hasn't forgotten that delay of game call yet. 2nd and goal. Glenn in motion. Play action. Bledsoe, good fake, but good coverage. Now man wide open. Curtis Martin with his 3rd catch of a touchdown this season. And it was a really nice fake by Drew Bledsoe. Now Parcells will forget the delay of game call. Adam Vinatieri is on to try and tack on the extra point. Tom Tupa holds it. Vinatieri is perfect.
Yeah, the Bills on defense, Vern, did the thing you have to do first. You have to take care of Ben Coates in this situation. He had 3 guys get a hand on him. Spielman, Stevens, and Pop at the line of scrimmage. They're not going to let him get the ball. But when you do that, you have 3 guys on Ben Coates. It leaves your running back, Curtis Martin, as a secondary receiver, but wide open. Good inside the 20 team because they have multiple weapons, and Curtis Martin scores his 9th touchdown of the year. And that was a terrific drive.
Curtis Martin, who is averaging just about a touchdown per game played. Here's the all-time career ratio. You know about Emmitt Smith. I think you've heard of that other guy, Jim Brown. Steve Van Buren and Jerry Rice, and Martin's right in the middle of it.
Yeah, not just about. He is 23 games, 23 touchdowns. Scores 1 tonight. 24 touchdowns, excuse me. It's and Bledsoe on that drive, 4 of 4, 82 yards and a touchdown pass. That was a very nice drive. They ran the ball well. They threw it to tight ends. They threw it to wide receivers. They had a good play action pass. Versatile offensive series.
New England comes in with a fight for first place. They were 10-6, having won their last 7 in a row in 1994. Last time they were in first place in the division. Here's Eric Moulds with the return. Number 80 goes right. And this one's going to come back.
2nd time. And that's probably going to be against the Bills again. It is.
Marv Levy obviously in disagreement with the goal.
Return, number 72, 10-yard penalty. Will penalize half the distance to the goal line. First down.
It's on Corey Lucci. Go back, Pat. Look at the way they spread this out on the drive.
Yeah, first you throw it to Byers for 13 yards, then Glenn for 23, Jefferson for 42 yards, and then Martin for 4 yards on the touchdown. I mean, that's spread around, and a versatile offense, more weapons than just Ben Coates, and that's what made them, I think, a real good dynamic offensive team.
At the 10-yard line, first down, backs in the eye. Quick opener, Thurman Thomas out near the 15-yard line. Mark Wheeler, number 97, made the tackle. There's Wheeler, who came over from Tampa Bay. Thurman Thomas, who is now the #1 rusher of Buffalo Bill history. Surpassed O.J. Simpson.
You know what, Vern, I think what they have to do to get back at it on track and out of this slump is get him more involved as a pass receiver.
2nd and 5. Thomas runs this one. Boy, he is knocked down as he gets to the line of scrimmage, and then a flag is also thrown. Chris Slade, number 53, with the tackle this time.
Boy, another holding penalty against the Bills.
Now here's a curiosity.
Okay.
Buffalo comes in with 52 penalties. Here's Dick Hantak.
Holding. Offense, number 79. Penalize half the distance to the goal line. Repeat the down. 2nd down.
Reuben Brown, the left guard. New England has had its opponents penalized 70 times. That's an inordinate number this early in the season. They've only been penalized themselves 41 times, a sign of a very disciplined team.
Yeah, they've penalized half as much as anybody else. They haven't turned the ball over much. They've been good inside the 20. The Patriots are a team, nobody talks about them in this division, but they're coming on.
Kelly will throw from the end zone. Deep right side. Flying Andre Reed, tipped away, double coverage.
Lawyer Malloy, number 36, just made a sensational save, but what may have been a very long touchdown to Andre Reed. You mentioned Malloy, the rookie out of Washington, getting his very first start, and Bill Parcells loves this guy. You know, he just makes up a lot of territory. Hand right at the last moment, perfectly timed, and you save 6. And he's got a great name, Lawyer Malloy.
Playing alongside Kyle Long. Time for one more play. Eric molds in, draw play, right side. Thurman Thomas gets a block, and watch out! It's a foot race now with Otis Smith. And Smith has the angle and knocks him out of bounds, but Thurman Thomas, on the final play of the first quarter, gets Buffalo out of a huge hole.
I mean, this is a play that you have to expect on a real long down situation, the draw play. I mean, against the nickel defense, and when Thurman Thomas has had big seasons and big years, it's been against nickel defenses on the run. And he just did a terrific job of reading a couple blocks, 35-yard gain, and gets the Bills out of trouble.
The world's best compete in the Saracen World Open Championship. Coverage begins Saturday at 2, only on TNT.
With its second sliding door, easy out-roller seats, plus air conditioning and 7-passenger seating, all for a great price. The Plymouth Voyager is pretty attractive. Air, 7-passenger seating plus more at no extra charge. Plymouth Voyager Plus.
Why is Frank Clark's Republican opponent running a mean-spirited negative campaign? Because he can't match Frank Clark's record as a prosecutor. A 90% office felony conviction rate as DA Kevin Dillon's chief deputy. 21 years experience putting criminals in jail. From Hellerman to Simmons, Frank Clark has taken on the big cases and won. And as head of the Federal Drug Task Force and Operation Crackdown, Frank Clark stopped drug dealers and reduced crime. Frank Clark for DA. He's tough as nails. Welcome back to Foxborough Stadium. Start of quarter number 2, Jim Kelly. And the team first down and 10 after that 35-yard gain, and Kelly will throw. Wanted to go to Lonnie Johnson. This one's picked off. Intercepted by... dropped it.
Should have been picked up.
Oh, man.
Right.
Chris Slade, who had his only interception of the season in game 1 against these two, and then thought he had been knocked down. Watch what happened in game 1. Kelly, Chris Slade, picks it off. Now, did Kent Hull, number 67, hit him or not? Chris Slade thought he had been touched, so he leaves the ball on the ground. It was ruled a fumble, and the interception became a fumble. Buffalo got possession back. 2nd and 10. Into the flat, incomplete. Intended for Derek Holmes, number 44.
Well, Thurman Thomas takes himself out of the game when he needs a break, but boy, they need him back in. 57 yards on 5 carries thus far. Only had 22 yards rushing in the first contest. And if they're going to get out of their funk and their slump, I think Thurman Thomas is going to be the guy that gets them out of it.
Steve Tasker back in, 3rd down and 10. That 35-yard run that set up this circumstance, the longest of the season for Thurman Thomas. Derek Holmes stays in the backfield. Tasker is the 3rd wideout on 3rd and 10. 4-man rush for New England, and some pressure applied as Kelly comes right. Incomplete. Willie McGinnis.
Okay, I don't know why they moved these guys to the opposite ends early in this year, but they have moved them back. McGinnis is back on his favorite side, and Chris Slade is on his favorite side, and boy, they have put some pressure on these on the Bills quarterback tonight. You know, McGinnis just kind of spinning off his defender or blocker. I mean, a guy that moved from a linebacker to defensive end, and he has been in Jim Kelly's face this first half.
Here's Chris Moore, punts it away to Dave Meggett, and Meggett has it at the 14-yard line. Meggett with a counter punch outside the 20 to the 22. The tackle is made by Marlo Perry, who's had a busy night. McGinnis with the pressure. His teammates have the ball on offense.
The NFL on TNT is brought to you by GMC, putting you comfortably in command. And by Nicotrol. 6 weeks, 1 step. Take control with Nicotrol.
With Sierra's strength and exceptional power, life's daily obstacles are easily handled. But with Sierra's 3rd door, you will have one less hurdle to overcome. Sierra by GMC. Putting you comfortably in command.
I have now been off the Nicotrol patch for exactly 1 month. Using the Nicotrol patch, there was only the 1 dosage. And that made it very simple to use. You didn't have to worry about different phases and different steps that you had to go through.
New Nicotrol, a whole new and simple way to help you quit. Only Nicotrol has a 6-week program, not 10 weeks like the other patch or 12 weeks like the gum.
I didn't stop, I've quit. And to stop is momentarily. To quit is for good, and that's what I've done.
6 weeks, 1 step. Take control with Nicotrol.
Welcome to the neighborhood where smiles are real and times are good, where folks all treat you like they should. One big American family. We're just the place you're looking for, the place for you and me. Everything a neighbor ought to be. We're America's favorite neighbor, Applebee's.
Welcome back to one of the featured matchups tonight. All-Pro left tackle Bruce Armstrong, All-Pro right defensive end Bruce Smith. Thus far, an even Steven match. And here's Bledsoe with play fake on first down. Goes into the trap, caught by Keith Byers, his second catch of the night. And he moves it out to the 30-yard line.
You mentioned that matchup with Bruce Armstrong and Bruce Smith, and you know that is one of the featured battles tonight. Bruce Armstrong was saying to us just yesterday that, hey, when you play against Bruce Smith, you had better come prepared to play your best ball game, because he said if you make the slightest mistake, a wrong step, you know, you get lazy, you don't get your hands on him quickly, he will destroy your quarterback. He had 3 sacks in the first game.
Here's a quick count and the handoff to Martin, or Dave. Yes, it is Curtis Martin, out to the 35-yard line. That's good for the first down. And the chains will be moved at the 35, a 7-0 ball game. Martin got the touchdown grab from Drew Bledsoe.
And when you try to tackle Curtis Martin, you had better be fundamentally strong. Again, he's one of those guys in that real small area, can twist and turn and slither.
Slither.
Steal a couple yards from him.
If you slither, you can pick up a smidgen. Or more. Bledsoe comes back one time. Wide open. Caught by Glenn. He's out of bounds. Oh, brother.
And Bledsoe gets up limping a little bit.
Terry Glenn makes the grab on the left side of the field.
There, you know, one of those old adages is you never throw the ball across the field except when you have an arm like Drew Bledsoe. Terry Glenn drew all the way on the other side of the field. He had to wait for it. It's almost like accepting a punt. But well-thrown ball by Drew Bledsoe, and another big play in the passing game at 28 yards.
Can we say together, Elway?
Yeah, you can do that too.
Martin goes right. What a tackle at the line of scrimmage by Phil Hansen, number 90.
And Phil Hansen, one of those guys around the league who gets overlooked because he plays with great players, Pop and Bruce Smith and Spielman, but Phil Hansen's the one who made the tackle, remember, on that draw play at the end of the first game to stop Dave Mega from going to the end zone.
Hansen, a one-time second-round draft pick back in 1991 from North Dakota State. Second down and 8. Byers is back in, so also is Sean Jefferson. Early second quarter. Blitz coming. Curtis Martin out of the blitz. Inside the 30 and cut down at the 27. Close for first down yardage.
Curtis Martin is a versatile player. And we've seen it as a runner. Saw it all last year when he gained 1,500 yards. We've seen it tonight as a pass receiver as he caught a touchdown. And then, you know, no wasted motion with this guy. Gets the ball, sees an open field, doesn't dance around, breaks one tackle, and perhaps picks up the first.
Interesting, Bill Parcells talking about his outstanding second-year running back last night. Here's the stretch, and it's going to be that short. So knowing oh, they got it.
Well, they made it by a smidgen.
Yes.
You thought they were short by a smidgen.
Well, he didn't slither enough.
Yeah.
If you look it up in the dictionary, and I'm not sure you could find it.
Smidgen?
Yeah.
I have it recently.
You got to do your research a little more thoroughly.
I have not looked it up, nor have I found it.
S-M-I-D.
S-M-I.
Yeah, S-M-I-D. First down. 7-0 New England. They're threatening again. They have won 4 of their last 5. Byers in motion. Curtis Martin. Flag is down. So is Martin at the 20-yard line. I bet this one's coming back. Kurt Schultz, number 24. Offside. Oh, no.
Once again, Curtis Martin gets through a small area. He got some good size at 203 pounds, but he just disappears sometimes and pops out on the other side.
Here's Dick Hamtack.
Offside. Defense, number 95. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down. First down.
Bryce Pop. Offside. So they'll take the 5, and Bill Parcells looks on.
Yeah, and the Bill defense needs a negative play badly. I mean, the last 2 series of the Patriots they have really been in rhythm. throwing the ball time, running, and the Bills defense needs a momentum changer right now.
Bledsoe hands it off to Martin, who might have gotten it that time from Sam Rogers, number 59. And that will set up a passing possibility now. Drew Bledsoe, terrific night. He's hit his last 10.
Again, just when you need a negative play, you get it from one of your linebackers, Sam Rogers, and that's what the Bills need more of. The defensive coordinator, Wade Phillips, has this defense playing very, very well.
2nd down and 7 in a 7-0 ball game. Jefferson, the motion man. Bledsoe going after his 11th straight. Has it? Nope. There's the string ending. Terry Glenn couldn't hang on, down around the ankles. It will be 3rd down.
Yeah, and 3rd down is when Drew Bledsoe, in particular, looks for that mismatch with Ben Coates, the walkie mismatch, or running mismatch, as we said. I mean, he is, of all those passes he's caught this year, he's got 14 of his receptions on 3rd downs this year.
Coates comes near side. Meggett is in the backfield on 3rd down. So also is Hassan Graham. Coates in motion. They toss it. They will run it. Meggett is caught short at the 23-yard line. And that's going to bring on Adam Vinatieri, the rookie place kicker who earned his spot in a battle with Matt Barr and had his lowest moments in his rookie season in the NFL in game 1 between these two. This likable young kid was 1 of 4. He hit the upright twice in that rainstorm in Buffalo back in September.
And remember, Buffalo, one of the best teams in the National Football League in blocking kicks. They have blocked 4 field goal attempts this year.
In the league, there have been only 9 blocks. Buffalo has 4 of them. Tupou will hold. That one is perfect. Vinatieri has now hit 11 of his last 12. He's good from 40, is the former South Dakota State Jackrabbit.
TNT and NFL Films bring you unforgettable stories of courage and triumph in a remarkable film that takes you to the heart of the game. Football America, tonight at 12 midnight on TNT.
Hang 10 in the 132 horsepower, 16-valve, overhead cam, 4-wheel independent suspension, cab forward, gnarly Dodge Neon Coupe. Dude, say hello to Dodge Neon at your friendly Dodge dealer.
Oh, no. When Bill inherited Vera,
I've got an apartment with a no pet clause.
he didn't want to take her home.
Okay, honey, where's the stairs? Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
And the last thing she wanted
Go sit down! Go!
was a driver with an attitude.
Get away from there! That's cold!
But along the way,
Our church is falling down.
Is there anything you can do?
a miracle happened. Larger than life.
You're gonna leave a ring around this place.
Rated PG. Starts Friday.
Hey, Max, glad I caught you. You know what I just discovered at Pizza Hut? The perfect pizza. Not too thick, not too thin. Just like, pizzeria pizza. Freshly baked every day. And here's the kicker. A ring of cheese baked right into the crust. Imagine.
Why are you telling me? I'm a dog.
I'm telling everyone.
Discover Pizzeria's stuffed crust pizza. Now we've got your pizza.
And the best part, Max, a large is only $8.99. Great, huh?
NBA celebrates its 50th anniversary this year, opening night just on the horizon. Next Friday, the NBA on TNT kicks off with Tip-Off 96 at 8 o'clock. First game of the doubleheader, the Knicks play the Toronto Raptors. And in Game 2, Shaquille O'Neal makes his debut as a Los Angeles Laker when the Phoenix Suns head into the Great Western Forum. That's next Friday night. Here's Adam Vinatieri. And this one is taken by Eric Moulds, 3 yards deep. He will bring it out. Marv Levy said at the first game of the season, this kid has the potential to be one of the great kickoff return men in this league, and he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Jim Kelly. They need a little spark, Pat.
Yeah, you know, the Bills have not been, you see the stats, have not been vulnerable much in the past 7 years, Vern, but you sense that the teams, particularly in their division, feel some vulnerability of this Bill team right now while they're struggling. Even though they're 5-2, they have not been dynamic in offense at all this year.
Russell Copeland is inactive tonight with an injury, thus negating his presence as a receiver. Into the flat it comes. Lonnie Johnson. Chris Slade misfires on the attempted tackle, and Ty Law, number 24, caught up with him. Well, we began the evening talking about the troubled Buffalo offense. Take a look at this.
23rd in those 3-and-out series. Those are deadly, particularly for your defense. 26th in passing yards. They've not run the ball well. Their yards per play is nearly last in the league. And the thing I like about Jim Kelly, though, Vern, is he has taken the blame. He has taken the responsibility and said, hey, I must play better.
2nd and 2. Thomas, no. It will be 3rd and 2. Whistle had blown. That is not a fumble.
But oftentimes, Thurman Thomas bounces out of a pile like that. But when they have big old guys like Mark Wheeler in there, you don't bounce out of the pile. The Wheeler playing off Kent Hull's block, number 97, did a real good job of throwing Hull away and making the stop.
And really a scene that takes some getting used to. Jim Kelly looking over for the play to be sent in.
Yeah.
3rd and 2. Klein in motion. Thomas, I don't think he got it. Ted Johnson.
Well, you know, we saw a good short yardage series by Buffalo in the first quarter, and then Ted Johnson and the Patriots do their job on that series. And then again, the Bills just don't seem comfortable in this offense. And really nowhere for him to run.
That brings on Chris Moore, and it means the presence of Dave Meggett at the 20-yard line. Nice and high. Meggett at the 30-yard line.
It is unnatural catching punts and running into a bunch of people. You know that?
You didn't practice that in Southern California?
No, absolutely. I mean, you know, and you have guys chasing like lemmings off a cliff. You know, it's very unnatural.
Perhaps even more impressive than pure, unbridled power is the ability to harness it. Sierra by GMC, putting you comfortably in command.
Ah, the sparkling rays of the morning light. The crystal clear water. The blowing of a gentle breeze. Okay, so a business trip is no vacation, but you'll find everything you need to relax for the workday ahead at Courtyard. And call us to apply for the AT&T True Choice calling card and get an AT&T Design Line phone free. Courtyard by Marriott, the hotel designed by business travelers.
Carbon monoxide isn't the only thing to worry about coming from your tailpipe, because with every stroke of your engine, motor oil is being vaporized into exhaust, leaving less and less protection. That's why there's Castrol GTX 10W30. Of every leading 10W30, Castrol provides the most protection against volatility burn-off. So use Castrol, or watch more of your protection go up in smoke. Castrol GTX, the most protection against volatility burn-off.
Welcome back to Foxborough Stadium. If we sometimes appear confused, and I confess that we sometimes do appear confused, sometimes there are reasons. On your left, Todd Collins. On your right, Todd Collins. One a linebacker, the other a quarterback. Now, Jimmy Smith, you know, okay, it's going to happen a lot. But Todd Collins, same game?
Well, both Todd Collinses have played well for their respective teams this year.
And neither is playing right now. So, here we go. Here's Bledsoe, who's playing very well, and has just been sacked for the first time tonight. Phil Hansen, number 90.
Boy, Phil Hansen has had a pretty good first half here, Vern. Boy, he's run down some guys on short yardage plays, stuff Curtis Martin early in the game. Coming off the right part of your screen, number 90 just runs right behind, right around Rucci. This is, Phil Hansen is a strong, determined pass rusher. You know, you have the quickness in Bruce Smith, but a determined pass rusher in Phil Hansen.
2nd down and 19. Bring this one back. Now,
boy,
a plethora of penalty flags. Yes, shuttlecocks.
Yeah.
A plethora, yes.
Yes, that means a lot where I come from.
Or in this case, 3.
False start. Offense prior to the snap. Number 68. 5-yard penalty.
There it is.
Still 2nd down.
There's one. Max Lane, number 68. Bill Parcells, age 54. And 2nd down and 24. Draw play. Martin bounces it to the outside. And he picks up considerable yardage back to the 26-yard line.
What was Bill Parcells saying to us this week? Said, you know, really don't know what kind of team I have just yet. And he's a coach that really seems to reserve judgment till late in the year, but said, hey, we're going to find out what kind of team we have over the next 4 weeks.
Didn't you get a sense, though, Pat, yesterday morning that he likes this team better than the one he had a year ago?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he likes them both as, I think, individuals and in the way they perform, the effort they've given. He said they're responsive.
Had the big year in 94 when they won the last 7. Last year they struggled to a 6-10 mark. Never really seemed to be in sync. It's 3rd down and 14. Glenn's coming at the corner. Bledsoe reads it. Terry Glenn manages to keep his feet, but he is not going to get 1st down yardage. He was popped by Kurt Schultz, number 24. Now let's watch and see the defensive deployment here, Patrick.
You know, here's Bruce Smith. Remember, we want to watch that matchup with, well, this time he's not rushing the pass. Believe it or not, he is covering Ben Coates. I mean, and then he makes the play. I mean, 3 or 4 different ways they have of trying to cover Ben Coates. That time, Bruce Smith on coverage on Coates.
Jeff Burris is back to return the punt of Tom Tupa. Bit of a line drive punt. Burris out of the tackle. Into another. Larry Wiggum, number 25.
Yeah, Wiggum was the guy who had a first shot at him. Missed him, was just hung in there, and got him 2nd time around. Need some Maylocks after a hit like that.
Looking for the best? Then this could be the best news of the year, because you've never seen a better deal than $2,000 cash back on a new 96 Ford Taurus. For a limited time, your participating Ford dealers are offering $2,000 back when you buy or red carpet lease a 96 Taurus, which makes right now the best time for you to get one. So hurry to your participating local Ford dealer today.
Barbara March, and I'm the latest Win for Life winner, and I love New York.
Let's see, 1,000 a week for life. That's 500 hot dogs a week, every week. Or I could see 21 Broadway shows a week, 43 carriage rides, or exactly 666.6 subway rides. I think I'll take a cab. Oh well, there's always next week.
You keep living, we'll keep paying.
I wonder how much that costs.
For Assembly, the choice is clear. Career politician Richard Anderson or community leader Susan Pimer. Anderson voted for education cuts, including millions of dollars of cuts at UB. Pimer will fight for education funding because UB means 13,000 local jobs. Part-time Assemblyman Anderson votes against jobs for our families. Full-time Assembly member Susan Pimer will vote to create new jobs for Amherst and Buffalo. Our neighbor Susan Pimer, in touch, involved, and independent.
Larry Wiggum for the Patriots, number 25, is their best special teams player. He's going against Vernon Kerner there, or Marlon Kerner, number 46. And this is a determined play. He's getting held, misses in the first time, Burris, but then he comes back and makes the play. I mean, he blocked a punt early in the year that was returned for a touchdown. A great special teams player.
On 1st down, Kelly with play action, deep across the middle. Oh, what a pop. My goodness. Willie Clay, number 32. with the defensive job.
Yeah, Willie Clay is a guy that always seems to be around the ball. He was with Detroit a year ago when he had 8 interceptions. He has 3 this year. You know, Reeves Kelly, who got very good pass protection. I mean, he saw him the whole way and then just drives on the pass.
Second down. Lonnie Johnson, the tight end, out to the 35-yard line. And the clock continues to run at 5:35, and here's the K-gun offense.
Boy. Yeah, they used to run the K-gun offense 65 to 70% of the time. They backed off it, but they were struggling in this game, so now they're right back running again.
3rd and 2. Intercepted, drop. Willie Clay had it.
You're talking about Willie Clay being around the ball. And Willie Clay is a guy who has had some success against Jim Kelly. In the Thanksgiving game a few years ago, Willie Clay picked off 2 passes against Jim Kelly. And this team continues to struggle offensively. A miscommunication between Tasker. He thought Tasker, I think, was going to turn outside. He turns inside. And Willie Clay, if he catches that, may be in the end zone.
Certainly not the kind of start first half for Jim Kelly or Marv Levy. Kelly now 4 of 12 with 2 potential interceptions dropped. Fair catch. Make it at the 22. 10-zip. New England leads it over Buffalo. 5:04 to go first half.
And when your offense is struggling like the Bills are, Vern, you need, some change of momentum play, a defensive play, a turnover, or a big special teams play. Because they continue. And they have struggled really since the very first game. We saw them in an opening game against the Giants, and they pulled out a win at the end. This is not the same explosive offense that we've all become accustomed to.
And on the other side of the offensive scheme, things have gone well for Drew Bledsoe in New England tonight. Bill Parcells saying yesterday, and Bledsoe confirming that one of the things he really needed to improve on was his accuracy. He has been on target tonight. Here's first down, except for that pass.
Oh, he's still 12 of 15. But boy, they're throwing the ball in the direction of Keith Byers a lot tonight.
I was talking with Mike Pope, the tight ends coach, who's been a part of Parcells' staff for a long, long time. He said they want to use Byers quite a bit tonight. He played 22 plays in his first game with the Patriots last week. But they are setting up their 2 tight end offense for games to be played when the weather gets really rotten. That's typical Parcells.
Yeah, Parcells is, I think he watches the Weather Channel more than any other station.
2nd and 10, under the 5-minute mark. Bledsoe,
oh boy, is that
got
good
him.
Timing. Is that good timing?
And a flag on the far side of the field.
I don't care how good the coverage is, when you throw the ball on time like that and throw it away from the defender, you just can't stop it. And Sean Jefferson, who that's a defensive holding call. Boy, a lot of penalties on the Bills tonight. They'll have their 5th penalty of the evening.
Defense number 23. Penalty is declined. Result of the play is a first down.
Down here at the bottom of the screen, Sean Jefferson gets a defensive back turn. The ball was already in the air as he was getting ready to turn. I mean, that's just good pass offense.
Gain of 12, Bledsoe 13 of 16 for 185. Play actions. Left side. Whoops. This one incomplete. And boy, that's asking a lot of Terry Glenn to go up knowing he's going to get slammed in the back.
But the thing about Terry Glenn, the rookie #1 draft pick out of Ohio State, taking some abuse. Bill Parcells in training camp called him she. And in a kidding fashion, just trying to poke some fun at him, and I think it was blown out of proportion, at least from Parcells' perspective. But he has responded very well to Parcells, which some rookies don't, and played better and better every week.
2nd and 10, 4:36 to go. 4-man rush by Buffalo. That one's played across the middle. Sam Gash, number 33.
Really spread it around. There's some really good fullbacks, quality fullbacks in the league. In 33, Sam Gash is one of them. Johnston in Dallas and Kevin Turner in Philly. This guy is primarily a lead blocker for Curtis Martin. He plays some special teams, and there he catches the ball and doesn't get a lot of hoopla, but Sam Gash makes this offense better.
Keith Byers back in on 3rd and 2. 40-yard field goal by Vinatieri. A touchdown pass. Bledsoe to Curtis Martin, the scores thus far. Bledsoe into the flat. Caught by Gash. He's still on his feet. First down at the 45.
So he's got a name like a fullback. He's got a neck brace like a fullback. And he looks like a fullback. And he does a lot of things well. So you fake Curtis Martin inside first. And then you throw it where the linebackers should be. And when you're a good inside running team, which the Patriots are, you have opportunities like that.
Damian Covington missed the tackle, number 57. It's a gain of 12 and a 1st and 10. Bledsoe knows what he's got going, and he hits another one. He fires again. Well, how about this story? Here's a guy waived by Jimmy Johnson in his 2nd game with Bill Parcells, and he's caught 4 balls in the first half.
You know, it's amazing. In his career, you know, he's caught over 540 passes. This is the guy who's done it year in and year out. And in the right offense, he can still be very productive. And he will be as November and December comes in here to Foxborough.
And had a string of 130 straight games with a catch brought to a close in Miami. Here's Bledsoe, deep left side for Glenn. Thomas Smith is back there.
Boy, that was a play
to knock it away.
Yeah, that was a play, though, the momentum changer that the Bills defense needed. Had a chance to intercept it. Well covered by Thomas Smith. But, boy, when your offense is struggling, you need to make those kind of plays. Would have been a tough catch. It should have been made.
3rd down, less than 1.
3rd and about a foot. Quarterback keeper. Bledsoe appears to have gotten it. The spot is inside the 35-yard line. As we wind things down here in the first half, Bill's Parcells team trying to grab a piece of first place in the division at the midway point of the season. And they've got an important stretch coming up. He was talking about Drew Bledsoe, and he said there are defining periods for young quarterbacks. This is one for Drew Bledsoe, because the table has been set for them to accomplish a lot. Into the flat for Martin. Jeff Burris, number 22, on the corner to make the tackle, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. 10-0 New England over the Buffalo Bills.
Up here, I feel like traffic is miles away.
With Yukon's commanding view and accommodating size,
unlike some others, I have virtually unlimited capacity.
Yukon can make you feel invincible. Yukon by GMC. It puts you comfortably in command.
Computers in Silicon Valley have a model number on them, and that's it. At Gateway 2000, our custom-built computers are treated a little differently. That's because every system we build has a name attached.
Connie Kramer, Connie from New Jersey. This is your computer, and it's on television.
Gateway computers feature the Intel Pentium processor.
The show here in the first half, 17 of 22. And Patrick, look how he spread it around.
Yeah, 6 different receivers with multiple catches. It's no longer the Ben Coates show, and it makes them a much more difficult offense to defend, Vern. And, you know, Sean Jefferson has really had some of the deep passes tonight. First 40-yard completion for Drew Bledsoe tonight. He said one of the things he was hoping would happen was get some big plays. They have the one to Sean Jefferson.
2nd down and 10. Play action. Bledsoe rolls out. Finds Byers again for the 5th time. And Byers and Spielman, a couple of old foes from Ohio State, teammates there in the Earl Bruce era in the late 80s.
Well, Chris Spielman is an eggs and hash brown kind of guy, and you know, loves the running game in particular, defending the running game. But
what does that make Keith Byers?
I don't know, filet kind of guy. Yeah, one of those steak and potatoes perhaps. But I tell you, they continue to use Keith Byers in the perimeter, and that was a little tight end delay kind of pass. Makes it very difficult on an inside linebacker.
3rd and 2. Byers in motion. Quick opener up the middle. And Martin plunges over Kent Hull. Beg your pardon. Over Dave Wollabau. And gets the first down.
They didn't realize they had traded for Hull so quickly. Yeah.
It was, you know, they just beat the trading deadline.
Well, again, we talk, when you play for Bill Parcells and you're running back, you better not fumble the ball, and you better be tough inside the tackles. Curtis Martin is there, and he can give you a lot of different looks. He can run wide, he can run tough inside, and a good receiver we've seen tonight.
1st and 10. Fires again in motion. Martin coming left. Schultz at safety is there to try and shove them back.
Say one thing, this Buffalo Bill defense has been on the field entirely too long. And Marv Levy and Bruce Smith gets up slowly. That's the result when you've been on the field that long. Marv Levy changed his offensive system the past couple of weeks to keep his defense off. They got out of the no-huddle K-gun, but tonight, this first half, it's the defense been on a lot.
2nd and 7, screen pass. Across the middle, incomplete, intended for Coates.
You know, that's 2 times. On this drive, the Bills defense had a chance for an interception when they desperately need one.
Coming up on the Fruit of the Loom halftime report, Vince Cellini is in our Atlanta studios with no-huddle highlights. Also, Mark May and Randall Cunningham offer their analysis coming up at halftime on the Fruit of the Loom halftime report.
Well, geez, I hope Vince has better luck with the no-huddle than the Bills have had tonight. That is pass interference. It was not called on Chris Spielman, by the way.
Dave Biggett in on 3rd down and 7. Glenn in motion, comes back near side. Flag is down, and another near interception. This one, Emmanuel Martin, number 21.
Well, it's 3 times on this drive. When you're down 10-0, your offense is struggling. You have to make a play.
Offside against Marv Levy's team.
Defense, number 99, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down. 3rd down.
Sometimes time of possession is a useless statistic, but not tonight. That is a telling tale this evening. 2-1 and a 10-point lead. And Drew Bledsoe has been hot, and the offensive line has played very well.
Penalty was against Gabe Northern, the rookie linebacker from Louisiana State. There's Northern, who started a couple of games with Sam Rogers' injury, but gave way to Rogers tonight. Guilty of the infraction. Tonight, following the Steel postgame show, TNT presents an encore presentation of Football America.
Me and the guys on the other side of the ball in the field. No wall, nobody, I can run forever.
TNT Original takes a look at 9 real-life stories that's coming up tonight following the Steel postgame show here on TNT. And I'll go back to our conversation with Bill Parcells yesterday and what he feels about his team. Among the things he said is that this is a very fragile team, but they don't have a genuine sense of confidence yet. I think a win tonight, coupled with their victory on the road last week at Indianapolis, would help get them there.
Yeah, back-to-back division wins really helps your confidence. And this is a team that has a chance to really get on the roll the way their offense is playing.
3rd and 2. They are 3 and 3 on 3rd downs on this drive. Now they're 3 of 4.
They are determined to run that draw play on 3rd down.
Well, I heard Marv Levy over in the sideline go draw.
Well, in the opening game, Marv Levy guessed that they were going to run a draw at the end of the ball game, and then Phil Hansen made a terrific tackle to stop Dave Maggott, and they try it again, and they stop him again. And this time, it's Bryce Popp, number 95, at the very top of the screen. It blows right around his guy. Gets some help with Jeffcoat.
Time has been called. And Marv Levy, well, no move yet to send Vinatieri on.
Here it comes, yeah.
Now time is called. Let the clock down to 2 seconds. Well, New England, Parcells saying this is a critical stretch for his team and his quarterback. Miami comes in on the 3rd. Then they take on the New York Jets. Denver playing supremely well. And then Indianapolis, the rematch, and then out at San Diego. Well, Vinatieri is going to come on And he will try and author the field goal against a team which leads the league in blocked field goals. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, really. Bruce Smith has 2 of those. Hansen has 1. Ted Washington has a blocked field goal. They've all come from right up the middle. So if you're a kicker, you better get the ball up quickly against this Bill team.
Adam Vinatieri.
Number 4, Adam Vinatieri. On the attempt, a
32-yard effort to increase the lead to 13 points. No block this time.
And that one did get up quickly. But Vern, I think a tough defensive series for the Bills because they had a chance to intercept the ball 3 different times.
Well, at the half, we mentioned the overwhelming statistical edge by New England, Pat.
Yeah, they have really handled Buffalo in this first half. Passing yard in all categories. Time of possession is telling, and you get Drew Bledsoe hitting 6 different receivers multiple times in that first half, and well, that was a good offensive show. For 5 straight games, it's now 5.5, the Patriot offense has been explosive.
My goodness, that's a mysterious orb here close to Halloween.
What are you going as this year? You going as a semicolon again?
Yes, I am.
Always like that.
No, I'm going as a parentheses.
Why do we need the semicolon? You know, you got the colon, you got the comma.
Well, and never mind. Here's the kick. Eric Moulds. Hit from behind and driven down. Otis Smith, number 45.
Well, some dreadful first half possessions for the Bills. You'll see if you look in the right-hand column, a lot of punts, 5 of them. And they didn't possess the ball. They, they really got Thurman Thomas going in that first quarter, had about 50 yards rushing in the first quarter, and then they didn't give him the ball much. So, again, if they're going to get back in this ball game, I believe Thurman Thomas is going to have to get involved again.
1 rushing yard for Buffalo in the second quarter. 16 passing. Here's Kelly. Rush coming. Pass complete left side to Tony Klein, number 86. But not much there. Monty Brown, number 93, was there more than anything else.
I'll tell you who else who has held up. Not only Monty Brown, but number 31, Jimmy Hitchcock. Jimmy Hitchcock gets his 2nd start in his career. It's only in his second year at North Carolina, and a guy you think they try to work on, but they have not been able to.
Second down, 11. Second down and 12, make it. Draw play, Thomas going left. And another collision of some consequence.
Boy.
Jimmy Hitchcock is in it. Yep.
I mean, you're fighting off the block of a wide receiver, Jimmy Hitchcock is, and so is Willie Clay. You get rid of him, and then you tackle Thurman Thomas in the open field. That's a very good play there by Jimmy Hitchcock.
All of this brought about because Ricky Reynolds is missing his 3rd straight game with an injury at right corner. Now, Hitchcock stays on the sideline. The nickel defense is in. It's 3rd and 7.
And Andre Reed is the only wide receiver that's caught a pass from Jim Kelly tonight. And that's only 1.
Blitz. Kelly's down.
First sack of the night, but the 22nd sack of Jim Kelly this year. It's Willie McGinnis who's had a good year and good night. On a little inside stunt right there in the middle of your screen. And he just kind of ran right through Kent Hill.
You saw Steve Tasker yelling at the official, thus the reason. He thought Ty Law got away with something illegal.
I knew it was coming sooner or later.
It had to. And here's another infraction.
Nice shoehorn, Vern.
I just got out the shovel and hammered that one in there. Oh, there's a mixed metaphor. Shovel, hammer, and shoehorn all in the same sentence.
And I thought they were metaphors, not metaphors, but...
Well, I grew up in Texas. We're a little more colloquial in our speech.
I like that.
Dick Hamtack.
Illegal block. On the return, number 52, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Ted Johnson is the guilty party this time around, but things are going well for New England. Not so well for the guys in white.
From simple beginnings to superstardom, the passion for the game remains the same. Denzel Washington hosts NBA at 50. See the world premiere Wednesday, November 13th on TNT.
Throughout life, you're faced with a lot of important choices, and finding the right car is no exception. Luckily, the Cavalier from Chevrolet is there to make it easier, with choices that offer affordability for the value conscious, space for those who prefer to travel in a group, performance for those who demand it, and freedom for those who need a little breathing room. The Chevy Cavalier, so many choices, so much car.
In a time when you can do anything without talking to anyone, a time when you have a number for this and for that, wouldn't it be good to know there are still people to help you? Well, at Independent Health, your coverage includes more than just benefits. It includes people. People who work for us whose only job is to work for you. People who respond to your needs quickly. Because with us, you are not a number, but you will be counted. Independent Health. It's what we do that makes us different.
When you're smiling, your Toyota dealer has hundreds of ways to make you smile. Like the great deals on Tacoma 4x4 named Pickup Truck of the Year. This month, get $1,000 customer cash back on all new 96 Tacoma trucks. You'll even save on new 96 T100s. $1,000 cashback savings on the tough truck that takes Toyota quality full size. So see your Toyota dealer today, because they like nothing better than to make you smile.
Terrific opening half for Drew Bledsoe. He threw for 223 yards. Last week, on the road in the win at Indianapolis, he threw for only 141. Draw play. Curtis Martin. Oh, what a pop.
I think Phil Hansen recovered it.
And Jeff Burris made the hit, number 22.
Oh, and just the momentum changer this team needed. And Jeff Burris, the corner, beaten badly by Keyshawn Johnson a while back. This time he steps right in, gets his helmet right on the ball, it pops loose. And that's a good tackle, as well as causing the fumble. Boy, in perfect position, and boy, the momentum changer they need. And now Jim Kelly's offense has got to get it going.
And with the first turnover of the night, Buffalo has its deepest penetration of the night. Curtis Martin with a fumble. Only the second time this evening Buffalo has been across midfield. They did reach the 47 in the first half. Here's the toss to Thomas. He sweeps right and gets inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. But a thus far anemic Buffalo offense needs some inspiration and effort here.
Yeah, and Thurman Thomas is a good place to start. A very, very patient runner. And one of those guys that, you know, when you hit, never seems to go backwards. Sometimes goes sideways, a lot of times goes forward. But when your team needs a lift, you get the ball to number 34.
68 yards on 10 carries, but more than half came on one play. Second down. Here's Thomas again. Comes right. Corbin Lucina is in the line, number 68. Ted Johnson makes the tackle. Number 52.
Ted Johnson, number 52. Lower right of your screen, right down here. Bill Parcells says, hey, you know, he's my best tackler, one of my best defensive players, but because everybody throws the ball so much, he only plays about 20 plays a game.
Buffalo inept on third down conversions tonight. They are 1 of 7. They look at a 3rd and 3 here. Thomas, that will be close. Boy, looks like he's going to get a favorable spot, but
Thurman, you talk about making guys miss in a small area. Ted Johnson had a shot at Thurman Thomas, and Thurman just made him miss right at the last instant. Boy, I tell you, you know, it's easy to run out in that open field, but when you're running in traffic, like Thurman Thomas is here, you don't have much time or much room to make guys miss. Boy, you talk about vision, he sees it, and he just kind of moved his body just a little bit to avoid the hit by Johnson. And I believe he's going to pick this thing up.
Yes.
And that's more than a smidgen.
No, and it was because of the slither.
Tom Bresnahan, the offensive coordinator for the Bills, and saying to us this week they've really abandoned the K-gun. That was so good to them for the past 7 years, trying to keep their defense off the field, but it didn't really work out in the first half.
In part because they are a slower team than they were in previous years. Age has something to do with that. Here's Kelly. Lofts it out, incomplete.
He had Tony Klein wide open. I mean, they had two tight ends in the pattern. Lonnie Johnson and Tony Klein. And Tony Klein was running a little delay route, came open a little bit late, but Jim Kelly had him. And this is an opportunity that they can't let slip away. Talking about the Bills. And Marv Levy knows it.
Kelly has not thrown a touchdown pass in the last 3.5 games. Only 2 for the year. The Bills have only 3 in the air through the year. Thurman Thomas nears the 25-yard line. Mark Wheeler with the tackle. Number 97.
Yeah, number 97 gets his body in front of you a couple times tonight, and he's done that to Thurman Thomas at least twice. And Thurman Thomas has run right into the 9 and the 7 and gone nowhere.
And that brings up another 3rd down play from the 25.
Again, you know, Tasker's got to be a player here, and Andre Reed, who only has 1 catch on the night, needs to come forward now, too.
Quinn Early's been blank. He's wide left. Draw play. Thurman Thomas. I do not think... Yeah, it's going to be close for the 1st down.
You do not think?
I do not think it's going to be close.
Therefore, you are.
I had, yes. Ergo... Ergo sum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Levy, who left the field in a state of agitation at the end of the half. Now, let me complete the 2 sentences. I do not think he made it.
Yes.
Then I thought it's going to be close. Marv Levy's got that master's degree in history from Harvard. Not sure he'd approve of the way I was.
Yeah, you're right. He wouldn't. He had some great stories about his year here in Boston as a student at Harvard.
Well, he spent the year 50 and 51. Actually entered law school, he said, at Harvard. Spent 3 weeks there. Knew that wasn't his destiny. Said he wanted to coach, so he enrolled in graduate school. His vivid memory was of a football game between Harvard and Dartmouth. He was sitting in the stands. The band came out at the half. They started to spell out something he didn't recognize. He was looking for crimson. It turned out it was Veritas.
That's a good band.
Well, truth be told, he needs a 4th and 1 conversion here. 3 tight ends. Thomas is not in the backfield.
And Derek Holm has the 1st down. And now they have to punch it in. Good short yardage play on 4th down when you need it. And you think of 4th down short yardage plays, you ordinarily think of Bill Parcells' teams, but the Bills return the favor. Tyndale, the lead blocker. I mean, offensive linemen get all their guys buried and sat upon, and then Derek Holmes goes over the top.
9:35 to go 3rd quarter in a 13-0 game. Kelly can't find anybody open deep. Finds Thomas at the 15-yard line. Or Lonnie Johnson, rather. 84 instead of 34.
Well, you know what? The Patriots have some real dangerous inside the 20 receivers. We've talked about those guys already. Ben Coates and Terry Glenn and Curtis Martin, who's caught a touchdown tonight. Whereas the Bills are struggling to find that person. You see that dead last inside the 20 when you're looking for touchdowns. Somebody's got to stand up and make some plays down here.
Reed wide left, Tasker wide right. Toss to Derek Holmes. Just missed a tackle in the backfield. Ted Johnson And Chris Slade finally gets there, and there is a player down for the Patriots at the 17-yard line. It's Willie McGinnis.
There's a guy who's had a good ball game, particularly putting pressure on Jim Kelly. Number 52, right here. He reads the play well, and then doesn't finish the play off. Just kind of overran Derek Holmes.
While they tend to the injured Willie McGinnis, time has been called. 13-0, 3rd and 8. We'll be right back. Foxborough and political season draws the usual cast of characters here. 3rd and 8. Buffalo trailing by 13. Thurman Thomas in the backfield behind Jim Kelly. 3 wide receivers. Kelly tipped in the end zone.
And Chris Slade, I think.
Todd Collins might have got it.
Yeah, the other linebacker, number 59, timed his jump very well. I think he got a hand on it. Collins at 6'2", is covering the middle. Yeah, for one of the few times tonight, Jim Kelly had very good pass protection. And, yeah, that's a good play by Todd Collins. Yeah, nobody in front of him, so he's allowed to drop back deep in the coverage. He's, 15 yards downfield because nobody threatened him up in front.
Steve Christie, who has won 3 games this year with field goals, most recently last week against the Jets, tries to get Buffalo on the scoreboard and does. Christie is now 17 of 19 for the season. He had 6 field goals in that 3-point victory in New York last week. And his effort cuts the margin to 10 with 8:20 to go, 3rd quarter. School's out.
A little table wine they're participating in.
Indeed. Steve Christie, who just had the 33-yard field goal, will kick off now for the Buffalo Bills. Dave Meggett, Troy Brown are the deep men for the New England Patriots. Troy Brown at the 5. Troy Brown at the 26-yard line.
We saw the Buffalo Bills in game 1 where they looked ugly. They pulled out a win at the end. And even though the Patriots have dominated statistically tonight, they only lead by 10 points. I mean, they've missed some opportunities inside the 20 tonight. But Drew Bledsoe has had a superb evening.
1 sack thus far. He's been helped in no small measure by the guys up front. Robertson, Armstrong, Wollaball, Ritchie, and Lane. And he'll throw on 1st down. Lobs it out. Terry Glenn, number 88. Out to the 36-yard line. Glenn, an active participant tonight, leading pass receiver.
A lot of the rookies take a long time to, to get in the flow of the NFL, and particularly wide receivers. This year, there's a good crop of wide receivers. Eric Moulds, number 1 draft pick for the Bills, but Terry Glenn, over all the receivers that were drafted, seems to have gotten into the rhythm of the NFL quicker than anybody else. Now, Keyshawn Johnson's beginning to come on too, but Terry Glenn, coming in today's ball game, led all rookie receivers.
Might have gotten enough for the 1st down. And, of course, another product of Ohio State with Joey Galloway, the outstanding... how did they not win the national championship?
They had a pretty good running back, I recall, as well.
George, I think, was the name, right?
Yeah.
1st down. Bill Parcells.
He's going to find out a lot about his team if his offense continues to possess the ball like they have tonight, and his defense continues to put pressure on Jim Kelly.
Keith Byers back on the field for Parcells now on 1st down and 10. We have 8:06 to go, 3rd quarter. Bledsoe, 19 of 25. Play fake, pressure, throws it away.
And that's a good play. I mean, you avoid the sack. I mean, you don't lose about 12 yards, which you would have. And once he gets out of the pocket or outside the tackle, which I believe he did there. And, he is, it's been said about him by some people that we know that he runs like a giraffe on stilts.
Who said that?
One of our production crew, Joe Vancius, and we heard him say that yesterday. But that was a good play by Drew Bledsoe.
Attention must be paid. Credit shall be given. Curtis Martin, number 28. Do you concur with that opinion?
Yeah, well, it's not real graceful. It is not real graceful. Well, the old octopus falling out of the tree look, you know.
But he can throw the ball.
Yeah, he's winging it tonight, too.
19 of 26 for 233. Yeah. Dave Meggett back in, so is Hassan Graham. It's 3rd and 8. Bill stunt. They are not blitzing. Bledsoe buys some time. Meggett can't hang on.
That's right in his hands. Dave Meggett does not have a reception tonight. Is only 1 yard rushing. And this thing probably would have picked up the first down. And Drew Bledsoe, whether he looks like a giraffe on stilts or not, avoided the sack there of Bruce Smith. Yeah. He's not delicate at times. He's not afraid to tell players exactly what he thinks.
Tom Tupa is on to punt the ball. Came here as a free agent. Said Parcells was one of the 2 reasons he came. Flag is down.
Wow. What a shot.
What a punt. Last week, Tupa in the win in Indianapolis had 6 punts for a 46-yard average. This one might come back after the flag we just mentioned. Looks like it will.
Well, whenever Jim Kelly gets back on the field, this is a team, Jim Kelly, and they can look ugly on offense as they had.
Illegal formation on the offense. Only 6 men on the line of scrimmage. Number 95 was not on the line of scrimmage. Penalty is declined. First down.
They can look ugly, but remember, they still have some explosive players when you're thinking about Andre Reed, Thurman Thomas, and Quinn Early.
The world's best competing with Sarah's and
As accurately as it has in the past, only 6 of 16 on the evening.
First down and 10 now at the 20. Thurman Thomas in trouble behind the line and gets back to the 18-yard line.
Boy.
Willie McGinnis is back in the lineup with an eye patch.
Got poked in the eye earlier in the game. Puts the patch on, and then he made the play right there, Vern. That was McGinnis who was in the backfield.
Poked in the eye when injured a couple of series ago. Now back. Here's Kelly. Up and deep. Got a man. Quinn Early makes his first grab of the night.
And only the 2nd catch by a wide receiver tonight by the Bills. 14-yard reception. And if they're going to get back in the ball game, they're going to have to get Quinn Early and Andre Reed a few more chances.
Quinn Early's 1 touchdown catch this season was the difference in game 1 between these two. That one went for 63 yards. First and 10 following the 14-yard gain, a 10-point game. Thomas, quick opener at left tackle out across the 40 to the 41. Otis Smith, number 45, defensively.
Thurman Thomas, if he sees a hole, he'll seize it very quickly. He can also be a very, very patient runner. But that hole came open quickly, and he hit it.
91 yards on 16 carries now for Thomas. Kelly right side all the way for Andre Reed. And Andre Reed makes the grab. Oh, what a catch with pressure. Ty Law and Lawyer Malloy.
Boy, we saw this in week 1. I mean, the Bills can really stink up the joint, but they have some great players still. And Andre Reed is one of those guys in the clutch catches that the Bills have needed. Andre Reed has been the guy that's done it.
31-yard gain, first and 10 at the 25. Here's Thomas again. Cuts inside and moves it all the way to the 14-yard line.
Andre Reed on one play, Thurman Thomas on the next. And the old Bills come alive.
Dormant throughout most of the night. And all of a sudden, they have moved from their own 20 to the 9-yard line of the New England Patriots. Thomas takes himself out of the lineup. Derek Holmes occupies his spot. First and goal. Kelly, a lot of time, throws it away.
Here's what they, again, I think, need some real significant players inside the 20. And Lonnie Johnson, their tight end, has not been a dominant, red zone kind of guy, number 84. And when you're struggling down here, I think you want a big target like your tight end. He's 6'3", 240, to work the middle and give your quarterback a chance.
Second and goal from the 9. Draw play, Derek Holmes. Dances right, makes a man miss, gets to the 5. Mark Wheeler down at the bottom. Thomas.
So he takes himself out, but it'd be a good time for him to put himself back in. I mean, when they've had some offense, it's been generated by Thomas, who, for the first time this season, has gone over 100 yards as a rusher.
That's 50 in his career. It's third and goal from the 5, and he is on the bench on third down. Kelly buys time into the flat for Derek Holmes. Touchdown.
There's still life in these Bills.
And a sense of unease in these fans.
You can't let this Bill team hang around.
And Jim Kelly's first touchdown pass in 3 games and 3 quarters.
Wow, yeah, he just lost a finger there. He didn't lose a finger, but injured a finger.
Steve Christie with the extra point, an 80-yard drive. 8 plays, 3 minutes and 13 seconds.
Okay, in this second half, Jim Kelly has gotten better pass protection, and when you do it, you give him that protection, you have a chance for plays like that.
Touchdown. Look at his ring finger on his left hand. Now Thurman Thomas comes out, takes one look at it and says, oh my gosh.
And you can see that is a dislocated left ring finger. And that was dislocated earlier than the catch.
Steve Christie will kick off. Short. Troy Brown at the 15. Out to the 20-yard line. The last 10 points have been scored by the Buffalo Bills. A flag is down at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, that's, you get those dislocated fingers. You just go see the doctor, the trainer. They just kind of yank it back in joint, put some tape on it, tape an aspirin on it, send you back out in the field.
Tell you what, he's just made the All-Hayden team.
Well, I'll tell you, I have had that happen a few times. Never gone back in the game, though.
There's this other guy working for another network that picks his, I like the All-Hayden team. Huh?
Well, here's another guy that might make it.
McGinnis is on it. I mean, come on.
He's got the eye patch, the ice on the eye, and the nose thing working tonight. And he is still, even with the bad eye, he came in and made a nice play. But I'd say right now, Drew Bledsoe.
Personal foul. Face mask on the kicking team. 15 yards. First down.
Big penalty. Bruce DeHaven, special teams coach for Buffalo, looks on.
Well, Jim Kelly got his offensive team going when he ran that no huddle. It was the no huddle offense on that last drive. But right now, the momentum has changed in this second half. And Drew Bledsoe, they played so well in the first half. They have really not played particularly well this second half.
They get a break on the penalty, and they start this drive at the 41. Here's Bledsoe across the middle. Caught by Keith Byers, who has had a really active night tonight. That is his 6th catch.
You spend all week preparing for Ben Coates, and then they change it up. Boy. There's a lot of special teams people upset on the sideline, but you spend all week working on Ben Coates, and Keith Byers comes back and he's just killing you.
Curtis Martin caught behind the line. Chris Spielman, number 54, made another tackle.
You know, he has sensed momentum changing and guys getting lifts. You can feel Chris Spielman jumping up and clapping his hands, and You get guys like Spielman and Ted Washington going in that run game, and then you get Bruce Smith and Bryce Popp, who've been quiet as pass rushers today, going, and then maybe the whole game changes.
Now Meggett comes in on 3rd and 4. 8-man front. Blitz coming. Bledsoe almost picked off by Kurt Schultz. Oh boy, was that close.
You know, Kurt Schultz was going for the hit. I think if he had stayed up looking for the pass, he may have picked it up. But Bryce Popp, just when we were talking about number 95 in the middle of your screen, when that is a clean shot, and that's a scary sight for a quarterback. Oh, man.
Tom Tuba on to punt. Jeff Burris back to return it. He waits at the 10. Goes to the right side. Burris said, let it go. It's going to be down at the 1-foot line. Larry Wiggum again. Number 25.
Is this guy a great special teams player? Larry Wiggum. He downs it there, made a tackle on a determined effort in the first half, blocked a punt earlier this year. And Bill Parcells, we talked to him yesterday, with the thing he was most happy about was the way his special teams was playing. Got lost there for a moment. Boy.
Oh, and the coach went down. At 71 with your team on the short end of a 3-point game, you don't need that. That's Tasker in motion. Thurman Thomas squirts out near the 4, maybe the 5-yard line. Here's tonight's GMC leaderboard, and of course 2 coaches out of the league last week. Among them Jim Mora, longest tenure with the current team. Marv Levy with the Bills, now second behind Tom Kelly of the Minnesota Twins. That, of course, for all sports. Kelly throws it away.
That should be a safety.
And there is no such now we get it.
That should be a safety.
Intentional grounding in the end zone.
And that's the right call.
Boy, Dick Hantak was a little deliberate with that call.
And I think Dick Hantak knows it.
Safety.
Intentional grounding. Loss of down. It's a safety in the end zone.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Any offensive penalty in the end zone is a safety.
Intentional grounding. Foul is in the end zone. It is a safety.
Recall that Jim Kelly, in the loss to Miami 2 weeks ago, had a 1st and goal at the 2 with his team about to tie it up and intentionally grounded that ball. This time he was left with little choice.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to be a safety anyway. This is all Jim can do. This is not a bad play because it's going to end up 2 points for the Patriots in either case.
Mike Jones with his 2nd sack.
Whew. It's been since 1986 that they last had a safety, and it was against the Buffalo Bills.
Mike Jones with the pressure. Willie McGinnis has taken the eye patch off. He wanted to see what was going on. That's Romeo Crennel on the left, another of the longtime associates of Bill Parcells. Tell you what, he shows great loyalty to his staff.
Yeah, you always get a job. If you've worked for Bill Parcells at some point, it's like a socialized medicine, you know. You're always going to get a job.
Mike Pope, Romeo Crennel. It's kind of like Bulgaria before the fall of communism. There was no sack credited because of the penalty call.
Right. So, nonetheless, it's a safety, and Chris Moore will punt it away.
Free kick. David Meggett. That's not particularly good. Meggett moves it out to the 45-yard line. Marlo Perry, number 58, to make the tackle on Dave Meggett. And a player down at the 37-yard line. It's Vernon Lewis, number 43, another of the standout special teams players.
And the Patriots have a bunch of them. We talked about Larry Wagum has had a heck of a night as a special teamer, but Vernon Lewis, number 43, is one of those guys. Terry Ray, who just ran over Marv Levy, good special teamer. You know, they've done all their special teams. They've covered special teams well this year. They've blocked punts. Larry blocked the punt against the Ravens this year. Good coverage. And Bill Parcells started talking about his team yesterday by discussing how well his special teams have played.
1st and 10. Bledsoe and the Patriots leading by 5. Blitz. Bledsoe. Intended for Byers. Kurt Schultz defending. Contact, no flag. Well, let's go back and revisit that battle between Bruce Armstrong and Bruce Smith.
Yeah, and sometimes you get some help from your guard, but, I mean, if you're going to win a football game against the Buffalo Bills, you better have a plan, and it better work against Bruce Smith. And so far, Bruce Armstrong has done a very good job against Bruce Smith.
Bruce Armstrong, talking about this game, said it's a big, big game, and we haven't played in that many. And therein lies the sense of uneasiness. I don't know how well we'll do. Thus far, they lead. And there is a pass to Sean Jefferson. Second big catch he's made tonight.
Yeah, one was on the boundary, and then one is over the middle. Again, if you're one of those wide receivers that's afraid to go over the middle, you're not going to play very long in this league. And this is a speed guy, Sean Jefferson, who's not afraid to go over the middle. He knows when to duck, though, doesn't he?
Student of the art. 1 minute to go, quarter number 3. Screen pass, Bledsoe. Well, no screen. Intended for Martin out on the right flat. Bledsoe was under some intense pressure from Mr. Smith. That time Bruce Smith got there.
Well, again, the battle, Bruce Smith and Bruce Armstrong goes on. Washington up the middle. And that time Bruce Smith came inside. And you remember what Bruce Armstrong said to us yesterday? You cannot make a mistake. He's been coming upfield outside. He changes it up, comes inside, and gets the pressure on Bledsoe.
Meggett is in the backfield. Draw play. Oh, what a pop he took from Chris Spielman. My goodness.
He's starting to get warmed up, Chris Spielman, this second half. And you talk about guys who love playing the game. Chris Spielman is certainly one of those. The game is very, very important to him.
10 points for the Bills in the third quarter. They've climbed back in this one, but New England has the ball, and they're moving. Quarter 4 coming up. Third quarter, his tackle of Dave Meggett. Listen to it.
Boy.
Ouch. I'd say he personifies the look of a football player. Yesterday, they were telling us that I guess he wanted to pack light. They have a dress code on the team, so he wore his suit on the plane, but he wore his football shoes.
Yeah.
Caused a few divots in the floor of the airplane, but other than that, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that was what he was wearing on the plane trip yesterday.
It's a look best defined as cute.
Yeah, you tell him that.
No way. We begin the fourth quarter. Vern Lundquist, Pat Hayden. Fires in motion, 3rd and 2. Wow. There is Curtis Martin, driven back. It'll be 4th down.
And Phil Hansen again on short yardage defense, but you know, no new thing here for the Bills. They've been going for it on 4th down a lot, but Phil Hansen has played well, particularly in short yardage plays tonight. Boy, he's gotten some quick penetration. He just kind of fights off Max Lane's block, the right tackle, and then just stuffs the runner.
4th and 1.
And this is a very, very big play for the Bill defense.
Gash, Martin behind. Fires in motion. It's a toss left, and he does not get there. Sam Rogers.
Sam Rogers with some help from Bruce Smith. And boy, the defense has played well the second half, haven't they, Vern? I mean, a much different defensive team this second half. On the field almost the entire first half. They try to scoot outside, but Sam Rogers is going to have none of it. Good play. To watch Bruce Smith against Bruce Armstrong, one of those battles, the game within the games we've been watching tonight. I mean, he just kind of throws him aside. Sam Rogers slips underneath the block of Keith Byers and makes his 7th tackle of the evening. So Smith and Sam Rogers on a critical 4th and 1 come up big.
And you may have seen Bill Parcells in an agitated state going to commercial. He was yelling at Bruce Armstrong. Kelly finds his receiver Quinn Early out on the right side. Quinn Early, all those years, New Orleans, San Diego, signed as a free agent because he said his family liked the lifestyle in Buffalo, among other things.
You know, all those years in New Orleans, you mentioned, overshadowed by a lot of great receivers in the NFC, but this guy is a good player.
2nd down and 1. A 5-point game, 13:45 to go. Thomas cuts it left and moves over center behind the block of Ken Hull, and he's got a 1st down at the 41.
You know who else was in there throwing his body around blocking? His old Steve Tasker. Tasker, number 89, all 5'9", 183 pounds, goes right in there and trying to block linebackers.
He did a pretty good job.
Yeah, you love to see that thing.
1st and 10, and Kelly will throw. Right side.
Oh! Yeah, Tylor was expecting to make a tackle. Instead, he was defending the ball from his chest. Went right through the hands of both Thurman Thomas and Mr. Law. And Thurman Thomas has not been involved in the passing game tonight at all. 0 catches. And, you know, when they were really good, the Bills were really good, he used to catch 50 to 60 passes a year.
2nd and 10, reverse. Nope, they fake the reverse. And throw it out to Tony Klein, or rather Lonnie Johnson. And they get across the 50 after the fake to Tasker and the little lob to the tight end who comes up favoring his shoulder or his left elbow. Johnson hurt. 3rd and 1. And again, Kelly calling his own plays.
There's a penalty against the Patriots. That's going to be an automatic 1st down.
And it will nullify a fine defensive effort by the rookie, Lawyer Malloy.
2nd half, Vern. I mean, I think one of the adjustments the Bills made at halftime was say, hey, we're going back to the K-gun. We struggled in the 1st half, and they have
Offside, defense, number 97, 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, that's on Mark Wheeler. Mark Wheeler, number 97. But, boy, they have looked much more comfortable. I mean, the Bills' offense just can't seem to make up its mind whether it's going to be a kind of slow-down kind of offense or the old K-gun. But you see what's happened here in the 2nd half. A much more productive half offensively and defensively.
Kelly with time comes left. Incomplete. Intended for Quinn Early. They're talking about Quinn Early's lack of recognition despite his years of excellence in the league. And he said, you know, I'd rather be successful than famous. It's much more important to me to have the respect of my peers than public acclaim.
We don't hear that enough in sports these days, do we?
No, we don't. 2nd down, blitz coming. Kelly hits, he lets it go, incomplete. Good defensive job, Willie Clay.
Yeah, and Willie Clay knows when there's a blitz. The adjustment the offensive receiver's going to make is the slant route. I mean, teams been doing it forever in the NFL. And as soon as he saw, he knows there's a defensive blitz. He knows the side adjustment is the slant, and he drives on the play.
3rd and 10. Buffalo 3 of 11 on 3rd down plays in the ball game. None bigger than this one.
He got it.
He got it.
Yeah.
Quinn Early grabbed it. Wow.
And Tasker's hurt again.
Steve Tasker limps to the bench. Eric Moulds takes his place.
And it's the last pass again, but Quinn Early comes up, and I'll tell you, that is a well-thrown ball away from the defender by Jim Kelly. Good adjustment by Quinn Early. And behind those two, Steve Tasker injured Well, it looked like his foot again. Oh, my.
Smidgen.
Well, it's just a smidgen and a half.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Well, another one of the fourth down plays. You know, the Patriots have tried 2 fourth down plays and have been unsuccessful at the shin, not his foot. And now this becomes, in the fourth quarter, with only 12 minutes left, the biggest play in the ballgame.
Backs are in the eye. Thurman Thomas, first down.
Thurman Thomas, his first 100-yard game of the season. And he's had some long runs tonight, but when you needed a short run, the 4th and 1, you find a way to get it done.
Tim Tyndale leading the way, number 33. You see Glenn Parker there.
Boy, you know, if he doesn't get high enough there, he gets stopped. Good leap.
1st and 10, Kelly back. Across the middle, wide open. It's Andre Reed. Flag is down. This one might come back.
Back in that holding area.
A 22-yard gain inside the 15. It's coming back. I think.
Well, you see Quinn Early's pointing the other way.
Illegal hands to the face.
Whoa.
Defense number 72.
Oh,
penalty is declined. First down.
Devin Wyman, the rookie, number 72. I saw Marv Levy's reaction and thought it was going to be a holding call. But this one goes against the Patriots, and the 22-yard gain stands. Steve Tasker is back in the field. Just outside the 10. Thomas, a yard. Chris Slade, number 53. Let's go back a couple of plays and see what happened to Steve Tasker.
Oh yeah, he had gotten spiked on that left shin.
Well, he's on the whole Hayden team.
Oh boy, another one. Yeah.
McGinnis, Holmes, Tasker. It's a nice start.
How do I get it with the injuries?
Gotta have something to hang our hat on. 2nd and 9. What do you want, the all-road scholar team?
No, I don't want that.
Timeout. And the time called by Jim Kelly and the Bills comes with 10:23 remaining in regulation. AFC Eastern Division. Buffalo trailed by 13 at the half. They climbed right back in it. The key to getting back in was an 80-yard drive. Now they look at a 2nd down and 9 from just inside the 10. They can get a first down without the touchdown. Thurman Thomas goes right. Kelly back. Across the middle. Incomplete in the end zone. And there's the flag.
Again, Thurman Thomas, who's not caught a ball tonight, in the critical situations, they give him a chance. And he was well covered, but one of the reasons he was well covered, it was pass interference. That's why he didn't catch it. Again, much better protection this second half. Much better protection. That's Willie Clay.
Interference. Defense. Foul was in the end zone. By rule, the ball was placed on the 1-yard line. First down.
Now, if they score a touchdown, they'll go for a 2-point play. And here's Thurman Thomas. Again, has not caught a pass tonight. A guy that used to catch 50 or 60 regularly. Good call. Easy call against Willie Clay.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Tyndale and a wing to the right side. Motion. Thomas. No TD.
I don't think it was even close. I mean, we have seen very good short yardage defense by both teams tonight, Vern.
He may have lost a half yard.
Yeah. Again, in the short yardage defense, it's getting some penetration. Oh, boy, and Ted Johnson, number 52, just buried him. Oh, boy, good tackler, Ted Johnson.
Second down and goal. Thomas tries the pole vault again, or the trampoline. Nothing doing. It'll be third down.
Well, remember in game 1 in this series, New England, in a similar situation, could not punch the ball in and lost 17-10. The Bills to go ahead in this ball game. Give Thurman Thomas a try, and they have 2 more downs. And Vern, I don't think giving him 2 more tries over the top is a bad play. As long as you get a good lead block, Thurman Thomas can get up and over.
Third down. Thomas again. No indication yet that he's in.
Hey, Jimmy Hitchcock, the defensive back for New England, got a little confused. He put his hands up like a touchdown and then kind of waved it off.
Fourth down.
Boy, this did some very significant fourth down plays. And this is a play that Marv Levy is going to call. Okay, again, he just got stuffed. The lead blocker got stuffed, and Thurman Thomas had nowhere to go.
Levy has made his decision. Kelly has received the information. Thurman Thomas, 3 thrusts at the goal line.
You know, even a quarterback sneak, there's only about 6 inches to go for a touchdown.
Thomas again. Touchdown. Go for 2, Marv Levy said.
Oh, yeah. Try to make it a 3-point ball game.
They have gone for 2 fewer times than any team in the National Football League since the 2-point rule was instituted in 1994.
So this is the one that gets you the 3-point lead potentially. And again, Jim Kelly with an overactive competitive thyroid. I mean, he hangs around and he hangs around and he hangs around. And just like we saw in week 1 against the Giants, he has his team ahead late in the ball game.
Derek Holmes is the running back. Andre Reed wide right. Holmes, touchdown. There's extra point.
2 extra points.
Yes, as a matter of fact. That too.
Let's go back to the touchdown first.
Please.
And you see it was less than a foot. And what, I'd say that is a determined run because he got hit at the very top of that run. But when Thurman Thomas gets hit, rarely does he go backwards. And then the 2-point play by Holmes. And a terrific series, yeah.
Play, Buffalo goes for 2, gets it after the touchdown. A 72-yard drive in 14 plays. Took almost 5.5 minutes. Here's the kickoff from Steve Christie. Troy Brown has it out to the 20. And he moves it out to the 25. Well, a 72-yard drive with several key plays, Pat.
Yeah, you started with the pass here. It's actually a 3rd down pass to Quinn Early. Then maybe the 4th down play. Over the top goes Thurman Thomas. Then a big pass play to Andre Reed. So it's the same old names, It's Jim Kelly, it's Thurman Thomas, it's Andre Reed. 7 runs, 7 passes in the drive.
And the touchdown coming from about 6 inches out on 4th down. New England dormant offensively in this half. Bledsoe tries to get them started, and he gets Byers out of the backfield, and Kurt Schultz saved a bigger game.
7th catch of the evening for Byers. And again, this is, this is where you find out a lot about your team. Bill Parcells was saying, I don't know what kind of team this is. A team that, they looked like they were on fire in the first half. They were going to run away with the game, now find themselves down by 3. Found out a lot about your team and your quarterback in situations like this.
2nd down and 4, 8:10 to go regulation play. Pop comes on the blitz. Ben Coates Phillips, who has not been much of a factor tonight, makes the grab, enough for the first down.
Well, what a good block by Sam Gash on Bryce Popp. And then we talked about how Sam Gash contributes to this team. You know, doesn't carry the ball a lot, but when there's a successful play, it's usually the result of some block by Sam Gash.
Gain of 5 on that play after the Gash block, and a first down and 10. Byers is back in, so also is Curtis Martin. On first and 10, Jefferson in motion. Bledsoe.
Knocked down by Ted Washington. And Ted Washington just stood at the line of scrimmage. I think he is so tired from being on the field for so long. He just stood there, got his both his arms up, and knocked it down. He's the nose tackle, number 92, against Dave Wallenbach. Yep. You know, Drew Bledsoe had 31 passes tipped a year ago, and they spent a lot of time with Drew Bledsoe in the offseason trying to throw over defenders.
Second down and 10. Bledsoe. That's a moderate gain to the 42-yard line for Sam Gash, number 33. And a big third down play.
You got to give him a bone every once in a while with all the blocking Sam Gash does, but yeah, this Patriot team in the first half was really on the roll offensively, weren't they? I mean, they were spreading the ball around and coming up with big plays and had their first 40-yard completion, but this second half has been an entirely different half for them.
Under 7 minutes to go. It's 3rd and 5. Bledsoe flips it out, caught by Gash, struggles for the first down at the 50, and he may have gotten that, just his knee touchdown just short of the 50.
Oh, I'll tell you, again, Sam Gash comes through, and I want to tell you, Martin, number 21, Manny Martin for the Bills, read the play and thought he had a bead on Sam Gash and thought he was just going to smack him short of the first down. I give Bledsoe some credit for hanging in there and finding somebody at the last moment. I mean, this is good quarterbacking there. Under duress, you know, and Martin read it, and Gash just runs right underneath the tackle.
Play action for Bledsoe again. Dance is right, caught and dropped. Second sack tonight, Sam Rogers. Sam Rogers. Flag is down, away from the play at the 42-yard line.
That's a defensive holding play. Now Rogers, number 59, will come in from the right side of the screen. And really gets through. That's a determined pass rush.
Defense, number 28, 5-yard foul. First down.
Yeah, there's the hold right there on Thomas Smith.
Jefferson trying to shake loose, and that's an automatic first down.
Boy, instead of the sack, you get a first down. Marv Levy a little calmer now than he was earlier.
First down and 10 at the 45 with 6 minutes to go. Bledsoe across the middle. Got his tight end at the 31.
You know, there are big guys in the National Football League, and there are fast guys in the National Football League, and then there are big fast guys. And that's what Ben Coates is. He's a big fast guy. A mismatch in the making. And Drew Bledsoe just kind of gets right past number 54 in the middle of the screen, Spielman. I mean, there are some tight throwing areas, and I think actually one of the biggest adjustments college quarterbacks find is how tight those throws have to be.
Gain of 14, first down to 31. Bledsoe, and bring this one back. Flag down. Illegal motion call against somebody in that offensive line.
Say, rarely can you put a back on a great pass rusher like Bryce Popp, but Sam Gash has had that responsibility.
Prior to the snap, number 78, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Yeah, that's on Bruce Armstrong, but Sam Gash has been assigned Bryce Popp and has done a very good job thus far in this game.
And you're looking at the Slate scoreboard as we get set for the first down and 15 play with 5:10 remaining. If you're thinking timeouts, Buffalo has used one. New England has all 3 remaining. First and 15. How costly will that penalty be? We'll see here. Stunts. Rush. Got him.
That's
Gabe Northern.
What? No one even picked him up? I mean, he absolutely came cleanly, didn't he? I mean, there has to be a mix-up on that left side because absolutely no one even thought about blocking Gabe Norman.
So subsequent penalty and sack have moved them well out of field goal range.
Yeah, he's going to come in from the left side. It was really a delay. He was just as shocked as anybody else that nobody blocked him.
Second down and 21. Clock shows 4:40 remaining. Here comes Pop. Bledsoe settles for the short receiver. Curtis Martin to the 37-yard line. Adam Vinatieri was telling us last night the longest field goal of his career came in high school, 58 yards. Longest in college was 51, which he kicked 3 times.
And the longest in his professional career is 50 yards. And again, there's Gash again on Bryce Pop. I mean, that is terrific blocking by Gash. You know, the Patriots really, ever since the fumble by Curtis Martin, have just given up on the run.
3rd and 16. Bledsoe deep. Tough throw. Even more difficult catch. Terry Glenn, and he was hit by Kurt Schultz. Oh, dear.
There. You got Sam Gash blocking Bryce Pop on one side, and you've got Bruce Armstrong going against Bruce Smith on the other. I mean, there have been some real good matchups against 2 dominant pass rushers. And you're gonna watch right here. This is Armstrong against Smith. And he's doing a job there. And remember, Smith had, and here is Pop, number 95 on Gash. I mean, that is good pass protection. A dominant pass rusher usually overpowers a back.
Terry Glenn, the intended receiver, and you see Kurt Schultz coming. Jeff Burris was also defending, and Glenn is now on his feet and will walk off without assistance.
Well, 3:51 remaining in the ball game. This would be about a, well, it's 4th down, right? It'd be about a 51-yard field goal attempt. And or 54-yard field goal attempt, excuse me. And his career long is in the pros is 50, as we mentioned. And remember, anytime you get those long field goal attempts, that block field goal always comes into play. And we mentioned it a couple times. The Bills are particularly good at blocking field goals.
When he was a senior in Rapid City, South Dakota, he kicked one of 58. 3 times in his career as a Jackrabbit at South Dakota State, he kicked one of 51. This one will be 54 yards to tie it up. Out of Tom Tupa's hold. Maybe, no. Everett comes up just short. The Buffalo Bills cling to a 3-point lead, and they've got the ball.
Listen to its lies, and it will steal your soul.
One more foot, and he might have had the tying field goal. As it is, Buffalo gets the ball back at the 44 with 3:46 in regulation left. Sweep left. Thurman Thomas dropped. Tackle made by Monty Brown, number 93.
And remember, the Patriots have 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. So their defense has to come up with a play and give perhaps Drew Bledsoe one more chance. And again, this is where you really want to be able to run the ball, protect the lead in the 4th quarter. But Monty Brown, a former Bill, they read the play beautifully and timed his angle and got the right angle, too.
Loss of 2. Thomas now with 119 yards for the evening. It's 2nd and 12. They hand it to the fullback in the quick opener. Tim Tyndale gets across the 45 out near the 47-yard line. And Parcells uses one of the 3 timeouts. They have 2 left. Well, Buffalo, every game this year they've won, and they've won 5, has been decided by 7 points or less. Look at
luck be a lady tonight.
Last season, they were 7-0 in games decided by 7 or less. And here's the record in 1996. Shortly.
Gentlemen.
7.
How nice a thing you can be. I know the way you treated other guys.
Little guys and dolls for you, Vern?
Yes. Little Damon Runyon stuff there.
I like that.
Okay, yes. And Marv Levy, who's had a tough night physically and emotionally, knocked over by Ray on a special teams play. And his team falling behind 13-0, then coming back and leading now 18-15.
Kind of looks like he knows what goes with capers, doesn't he?
That graduate degree. Watch this. This is early in the third quarter. Marv could have used some of that track speed he had at Coe College when he ran a 9.8 100-yard dash back in the 40s. 3rd and 8. Into the flat. Oh, boy!
That was McGinnis again. And there, what a night Willie McGinnis has had. And he's played with virtually one eye. And now he's got an eye shield on. He has rushed the passer. And this is something Willie McGinnis, throughout his entire 3-year career, Vern, has done, a great job of timing his jumps. I mean, I think that's the 16th time in his career that he has tipped the ball at the line of scrimmage.
Somebody mentioned Ed Too Tall Jones. Same kind of deal. McGinnis has really fought himself, played through pain tonight. David Meggett is back to return Chris Moore's punt. This one is very high. Meggett. No fair catch. He's got it at the 15-yard line. Gabe Northern down to make the tackle. Chris Spielman ambles back on the field.
Yeah, Chris Spielman, he of the very large thigh pads. Those certainly covers his thighs, don't they?
Yes, very descriptive of you.
I mean, no, those are exceptionally large thigh pads.
Either that or they're exceptionally large thighs.
Or it could be both. Boy, they need a touchdown to win this ball game. You see, they rank 28th on 80-yard drives for touchdowns.
They might settle for a field goal to tie. Bledsoe has to get rid of it and does, as the pressure came from Jim Jeffcoat, who was that far away from the 100 stack of his career.
A smidgen. He was that close.
'Twas indeed.
A guy who's been rushing the passer for 14 years pretty doggone well. And Bledsoe, again, gets the ball in the area of Dave Meggett, so that's not intentional grounding.
It is 2nd down and 10 with 2:43 to go.
2 timeouts remaining.
Bledsoe, right flat, caught by Troy Brown. Up and out of bounds at the 25-yard line, short of the 1st down. It will be 3rd and about 1. It did stop the clock with 2:37 remaining, saving New England a timeout.
Yeah, and in comes Sam Gash, who is a terrific lead blocker. I mean, still with 2:37, you have plenty of time. You don't need to throw the ball every down. I mean, they really have abandoned the run this whole 4th quarter, but still plenty of time in the ball game with those timeouts to be able to run the ball.
3rd and 1. Right side. That should be enough for the 1st down. Now let's see if they want to use a timeout before the 2-minute warning.
Well, they should be able to get a couple of plays off, really, or at least one play before the 2-minute warning.
1st and 10, Bledsoe up under Dave Wollabaugh. Left side. Caught by Meggett. Meggett's out of bounds at the 47. His first catch tonight. Huge.
Just when you think you have Dave Meggett bottled up. And he has been this entire evening, both as a special teams player and as a 3rd down specialist. Good catch on the adjustment. Changes hands. Makes some people miss. And then Marlon Kerner gets a piece of it and knocks him out.
Across the middle. Caught by Troy Brown. At the 20-19, the 2-minute warning. Troy Brown has 1 catch this season. Now he's got 2.
Unbelievable explosiveness, and it started again with protection. Troy Brown knows he has timeouts, so he didn't have to worry about the boundary too much. But that's a good offensive play again.
2 timeouts left thus far this season inside the 20.
Yeah, you know, they have multiple weapons all over the field, but particularly down here in the red zone. And I think that is very, very significant. Martin, Colts, and Glenn have all come up big. And the last 5 games in particular, of the 24 times inside the 20, they've scored 13 touchdowns.
Brown's gain was for 27 yards. It gives New England a first down just inside the 20. Megan is the running back. Short set up, pass left, Troy Brown out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Matt Stevens with the tackle.
Again, if you're Drew Bledsoe, you got to be thinking about the touchdown, the win, not just going for the tie. You got to be aggressive and stay aggressive, and that's what this drive has been, unlike most of the second half. But that, for the 3rd time, he finds Troy Brown matched up against a free safety. And again, I still think you got to give Ben Coates a chance down here.
Huge night for Bledsoe. But they trail by 3. Blitz coming. They run it to the 9-yard line, and that will be close for a 1st and 10.
You know, Curtis Martin leads all AFC scorers, really, other than kickers, and he's scored 9 touchdowns now in the year. And this is a guy that's very good runner. I mean, a lot of guys run in between the 20s, but a strong inside runner when you get down to scoring territory.
Officials have called for the chain, I believe, to see if Martin got the first down. That stops the clock at 1:49. And a 3-point deficit. Well, memories of game 1, week 2. It wound up as a 17-10 battle then between these two. And the Patriots got a first down at the 2 with 17 seconds left. Came up short on a draw play. They are short here. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, Vern, really, the clock is no longer a factor for the Patriots. It is for the Bills. You see 1:49 remaining. I mean, they get plenty of time to run their entire offense because they still have 2 timeouts remaining. So they can run, they can throw, they can play action. Time will not be a factor. It is definitely for the Buffalo Bills.
Parcells makes substitutions and goes with his short yardage lineup now. Terry Glenn is out. Extra tight end is in. The ball just outside the 9. It's 3rd and 1. John Burke is the extra tight end. Gash is the blocking back. They give it to Curtis Martin. He goes left. He's got a touchdown.
And guess who threw the key block? It was Sam Gash again, Vern.
Wow. They got away from the ground game through much of the second half. They got a couple of huge passes to set themselves up in the red zone. Sam Gash with the block, and Curtis Martin with another touchdown.
And William Roberts, too, on a great pull and a kick-out block. 2 key blocks that Curtis Martin's able to follow to get in the end zone. Man, was that a good drive.
Vinatieri with the extra point. Duple with the hold. Oh, boy. He missed it. That's the 3rd extra point he's missed this year.
And boy, and now a 3-point ball game. A field goal can tie with maybe one of the clutch kickers this year, Steve Christie. What's number 7? Roberts kick his guy out right here, and then the lead block by Gash. I mean, that is phenomenal blocking at critical moments. Here's the Gash block on the free safety Schultz. And William Roberts, number 76, kind of blows his man up right there, too. On Matt Stevens, the strong safety. Well, it was clutch throws, clutch runs, and clutch blocks on that drive, Vern. But boy, 125, that missed extra point is very, very large, and Bill Parcells knows it.
Curtis Martin with the touchdown from 10 yards out. That gives him 54 yards on 21 carries. Coming up after the game on the Steel post-game show here in Foxborough, Ernie Johnson will be joined by players from both teams. Back in Atlanta, Vince Cellini, Mark May, and Randall Cunningham with highlights and analysis of today's action. And Norman Chad will be along with Chad's Chatter, the Steel post-game report. A New England win tonight will force a tie for first place in the AFC East. But Vinatieri's missed extra point has made overtime a very real possibility. Eric Moles at the goal line. Comes up and grabs it at the 12. To the 35-yard line. Good field position.
Remember, Steve Christie, their kicker, has a career long of 59 yards. And all they need to do is get the ball to about the 42-yard line to give Steve Christie a chance. Go back to the Bledsoe, the drive. And I tell you, again, using a lot of different people. Four passes and then the run by Martin.
Flag is down, and it's a dead ball foul.
Yeah. The interception won't count.
No, it will not count. Whistle blew before the snap.
Picked off by Scooter Magruder, but it won't count.
Prior to the snap, number 74, false start. There is no play. 5-yard penalty.
One of the few times you're happy one of your guys moved early.
And you're pleased because you got to say Scooter Magruder tonight.
Scooter Magruder. That's my favorite name now in the NFL.
Marv Levy showing a certain degree of equanimity. It'll be 1st and 15.
This guy is one clutch kicker. A career-long 59 yards. It'd have to get to about the 42-yard line. And he would be kicking with a little bit of a wind behind him.
1st and 15. Buffalo has 2 timeouts left. 3-man front. They rush only 3. The pass caught by Lonnie Johnson out to the 39-yard line.
2 timeouts remaining for Buffalo. When they've had success in the second half, it's because Jim Kelly running that K gun again.
The shotgun. Under a minute. Kelly steps up and he'll scramble. They went for the ball. Kelly is down and calls timeout at the 48.
Last week he had his second longest run of his career, 22 yards. And Jim Kelly went to a smaller knee brace last week. And he said it felt like it gave him more mobility, more freedom. He can move around in the pocket better. And then he can, well, he looked a little bit like Hugh McElhaney on that one, didn't he?
No.
No. But again, the smaller knee brace is, you can see that. He used to have that very, very large knee brace. And I was talking to him right before the game. He says, hey, I just feel like I can move around in the pocket and take off and scramble if need be. And that was a 12-yard, we'll call that a scamper, won't we?
That's a scamper.
It qualifies.
Definite scamper.
Again, Vern, 10 more yards and they're in Steve Christie field goal range. What Jim Kelly cannot do is take a sack.
1 timeout left, 51 seconds remaining in regulation.
And with the 1 timeout remaining, still a draw play is a possibility. And he missed the extra point.
3rd miss of the season. By McGinnis. Willie McGinnis. The foot race is on. He scores.
There is a flag down. There is a flag down.
at the 41. Flag may have come post-possession. It may have come after the intercept.
One-eyed Willie McGinnis tonight has played sensationally. Man. McGinnis has put, he's got the Halloween costume on already, but he has rushed the passer, he has sacked the passer, he's tipped balls, and he makes the most important interception of his career.
And he's a perfect look for Halloween.
Yeah, he's got it ready. What, coming into, well, actually last week's game, New England had not put much pressure on the quarterback. The last 2 weeks, McGinnis and Slade have.
Well, we're waiting for Dick Hantack and the officiating crew to conclude their convention at the 5-yard line.
I promise you, the Rose Parade will be shorter.
At last.
We had an unsportsmanlike foul against the team area of Buffalo. We will penalize 15 yards from the succeeding spot, which is the goal line. It will be Buffalo's ball, 1st and 10.
I don't think that's the case. I'd say confusion reigns right now.
That does not sound right at all. Boy, there is some absolute confusion. Let's go back to the interception right here. This is McGinnis. Again, reads the screen perfectly. Then makes a one-handed stab, breaks the tackle, and gets in the end zone. Now, the officials are still talking, Vernon. I don't understand that call at all.
Well, we have reconvened the convention of the officiating crew, and then we'll have another stab at an explanation, I think. Something was said about a team area in the Buffalo area.
I mean, a team violation in the Buffalo area?
Yeah.
I still don't know why that prevented the touchdown, though. And I'm not sure these guys exactly know either.
Some thought that Teddy Bruschi may have hit Kelly late, and it may have been post-possession.
We have a correction.
Yes, we do.
Dick's concerned.
An unsportsmanlike foul, a non-player foul, is penalized from the succeeding spot. Since we had a touchdown, the point is good. Point is good. We penalized on the kickoff.
Yeah, that's the right call.
Still don't know what the call was. Unsportsmanlike conduct against whom?
I believe it was on a bench area. You were right about that. But it's enforced on the succeeding play spot on the foul, which is the kickoff. There was a lot of indecision by that officiating crew. But they got the right call. That's the important thing. Don't give him a wine list, by the way. It would take him a while to order that baby.
Well, it's that, the choice between Pinot Grigio and Sauvignon Blanc is sometimes difficult. We are now told that the penalty was for the New England players coming off the bench in celebration.
And onto the field.
Onto the field.
Yeah.
False start. 61 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Retry.
What a game Willie McGinnis had to put his team, in first place since, end of 94 was
end of
the last
94.
time. Yeah. And he read the play perfectly. Couldn't have been played better by McGinnis.
Vinatieri missed his last one. This one is good.
Well, Bill Parcells said, I didn't know much about my football team. I think he's learned a lot about his team tonight.
Well, what a terrific come-from-behind drive they made to get the go-ahead score. And Wade Phillips, defensive coordinator of the Bills, with a look of chagrin.
And then there's another guy that's played awfully well. Sam Gass. Can you imagine putting a back on Bryce Pop all evening and not having Pop get your quarterback? Well, they did, and he did, and Pop didn't get there.
Charlie Weiss, the running backs coach, just out of frame to the right. Buffalo, New England, and the Colts at 5-3. Miami next up for New England, 4-4. Well, you wonder for Buffalo if they might just not go back to that no-huddle offense.
You know, I think Jim Kelly is clearly more comfortable in that offense. And yes, they have the risk of the defense being on the field too long, but when they had the methodical style in the first half, the defense was on the field forever.
Kelly for the night, 13 of 30 for 144. He did end the touchdown drought, but he had the big interception returned for the TD by Willie McGinnis. Sacked once. And there.
He did everything well.
Oh.
You know, and you mentioned he had been an outside linebacker his entire college and professional career until this year when Bill Parcells switched to a 4-3 defense. He became a defensive end, and an undersized one, a little bit like Mike Mamula, but a very good one indeed.
After the penalty that's assessed on the kickoff, here's Vinatieri, and Eric Moles comes up and grabs it at the 27-yard line. Goes right and out of bounds across the 50 near the 42-yard line.
So you look at his TD to interception ratio, Jim Kelly's. 8 of his 10 prior years, he had more touchdowns than interceptions, but this year has not been that case at all. 3 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and 2 of those 12 interceptions have ended at the end of the ball game. We're against Miami with a touchdown at the end of the ball game for an interception for a touchdown, and then tonight to McGinnis.
26 yards on the return. We've got 33 seconds remaining. Kelly out of the shotgun, loads it up on the left side. Derek Holmes in the backfield. Kelly way up in the air. Little alley-oop. Hit, caught, touchdown, Andre Reed.
Oh, man. Unbelievable.
Well. Yeah, me too.
Oh, my. This game's had a little bit of everything.
Maybe we want to revise those current standings in the National Football League. AFC East.
I think Tasker gets his hand on it. Number 89, right there in the middle. Tips it over to Andre Reed. And wow, that makes it a 4-point ball game.
Andre Reed.
Oh, man. And again, they are. It's a 4-point ball game. Why wouldn't they? They're going to go. No, they're going to kick the extra.
Yep.
Make it a 3-point game. Yep, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Steve Christie with the extra point. And it's a 3-point game.
Well, now you think about the onside kick, correct? Onside kicks in the National Football League are recovered by the kicking team about 10% of the time. But what a terrific finish to this ball game. The old Hail Mary or Big Ben.
Willie McGinnis going to be called upon one more time.
Yeah. And you get the hands team. I mean, if you're Mike Sweatman and the special teams coach for New England, Bill Parcells, you start talking about, you get all those guys with the good hands up there in the front. You see Coates come out and Keith Byers and guys who are used to and accustomed to handling the ball.
28-25. There's Troy Brown, number 80.
Yeah, he's a wide receiver. He's up in the front line. And you have a defensive back, Ty Law, is used to touching the ball. He's up there. There's
Keith Byers.
You have the tight end, Coates, is up there. Willie Clay, always good around the ball. But there will be, you know, in Christie, what you want is the one hop. You need the one hop where you get the big bounce, and that you hope that one of your guys can jump up and catch it. Yeah, that'll be a timeout by New England.
30-second timeout is called.
And they just wanted to see the alignment of Buffalo. Good use of a timeout there by Parcells. And high hopes.
The floor is open for your comments.
I'm finished. Go ahead.
28-25, New England over Buffalo. 24 seconds to go. Well, this is our final game of 1996, and what a way to go out, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
28-25. There comes the shift. And Christie lets it go. He fires right there.
Didn't get the hop. Did not get the big hop. Boy.
So the Patriots, Keith Byers, second game with the New England Patriots.
And Steve Christie, if it hits the ground, it goes up. But Keith Byers just kind of stepped into it like a good shortstop. And the Patriots will win this ball game. And Vern, it's been nice working with you again this year and the whole crew. So
Thank you, Pat. You
really
bet.
good fun.
We're going to hand it off to our colleagues at ESPN.
Yeah.
Mike Patrick, that sound you hear in the background is Joe Theismann clearing his throat.
I'll be seeing them along the way. Looking forward to it. They do a great job, but we have had a nice season. It's been fun, and thanks to all of our crew. We've done a great job this season.
First time in 12 games that the Buffalo Bills have lost a game decided by 7 points or less. They're going to come up short by 3. Time has been called.
And for New England, they win back-to-back division games. And Parcells said that's what we need for our confidence. It was a fragile team, Vern, as you mentioned earlier. But now it's got some growing confidence, and for good reason. Quarterback brought their team from behind. Defense played well when they had to. You know, Bill Parcells, he said he thought they let a few games slip out of their grasp this year, including the game against Washington here. And this one had that feeling that perhaps it was slipping away, but they responded.
Final play of the game as Bill Parcells and the New England Patriots win for the 5th time in the last 6 weeks, and they're at home again next week against Miami. They will be here holders of a share of first place in the AFC East. We'll be back with the final word from Foxborough Stadium. The final score, 28-25 Patriots.